I can't tell if it's playing or not playing. Maybe because I have that that browser minimized. That might be what it is. Can you all barely hear music playing underneath everything? Anybody out there? Oh, by the way, I have a different microphone now. Hopefully I don't sound quite as awkward. Maybe it's a little bit better. Anybody? Let me look over here in the chat. I see Charles, I want to say this right, Golsuki, or Galsuki. I don't want to say it wrong, getting mad. Jody Drone Shots, good to see you. Jim's Droning, good to see you, sir. Leonard Oglesby, glad to have you in the house. Artco Drone Solutions, everybody's talking back and forth, so you're not hearing any music at all. Let me see. Okay, so supposedly, let's try this. What about, you sound, I'm low. Okay, see, that's what okay, go back over here. What about now? Am I any louder now, Art? Since you're talking to me. Oh, hello. Let me get this up here. Hey, what's up, Matt? Okay, y'all can't hear music at all. I don't understand. You can't hear music in the background. Even if I mute, let me try this. Let me do this.
Hold on. Wait a second. Get some audio.
Nobody can hear music. It's just me, right? Can you hear music, John?
I cannot hear the music.
Man, I don't get it. All right. Anyway, as you can see, wait a minute. Let me shut this off then, since it's not working. I think I know what the problem is. I have got a new microphone, and supposedly, no, it says, there's the problem. Let's try, what would it be? It would be stream, right? And hit that. So let's see what happened. Okay. Why have I got 2 Chromes now?
What are we doing? Trying to get the music to work?
Oh no, we can talk about anything. I was just playing with it, trying to figure out what I had done wrong. By the way, is my vocal any better?
Yeah, it sounds a lot better.
Okay, I was going to say, because I showed you I have the kitty cat now. It was basically either use your Best Buy discount now or kiss it goodbye forever. I was going to bring that up. But supposedly...
A nice air scoop cat. Looks good.
Oh, I've had this one for a while since I got the ones for...
I've never seen
was it
it
the
before.
Mavic Air?
Something
Back when
like
I had the Mavic Air. I'm getting this weird echo. Maybe it's because I've got the browser enabled on the other one. Okay, anyway, I'm sorry. What does everybody think about the Apple products? I know, John, you said that you were going to be waiting a little while. But what about the Mini 6? What about the... and the phone itself? I was kind of curious what people were thinking about that.
I think the 120 hertz is a pretty big upgrade for Apple. But is it enough for me to jump from the 12 Pro Max? No, I have to see something else. I have to see something else for that.
Like I was talking to you, for me, I have the 11. I have the 11 Pro Max. For me, it's really a good jump. Plus, now they're adding the night mode to all 3 cameras.
Right.
What else was there? Oh, Billy was busting on the cinematic mode, saying that it was a gimmick.
Kind of, to me, that kind of does seem like a gimmick, but I mean,
did I misunderstand what they were talking about? That there was like some kind of AI variable aperture. Okay, if anybody in the audience is anybody? Okay, I got background noise. I don't know enough about this thing yet to figure it out. Like I said, it's a work in progress. The Apple drone, the Apple Sauce 1.0.
I was kind of disappointed with the satellite. I mean, I know you hadn't heard of the satellite feature, but I really thought that was going to be in there. Wasn't really sure how they were going to pull that off, but that was a big rumor.
He's using the iPhone XR, so he may upgrade.
That's pretty getting long in the tooth there.
And the price wasn't as ridiculous as I was expecting it to be. Now I've got another subject.
I think iPhones have gotten more ridiculous in price, but that's just me. But it's no ridiculous than last year.
Well, what about, so are Samsungs really that cheap?
I don't know. I haven't really looked, but seems to me like they just get more expensive every year.
I like this is a good phone, but the thing about it is no matter what, I've noticed that after 2 or 3 years on a phone, they tend to get quirky no matter what. I don't know if it's they've had so many firmware updates, or they've had so many in general updates, or you've charged it so many times, or
an Apple phone or an Android phone. Because I hear that from Android people, but from iPhone, nah.
Mine gets glitchy from time to time when I'm playing games and stuff. And if you all haven't figured out yet, this is why it's Squirrel. You know how sometimes I'll be dead set on a subject talking about drones. We'll be talking about drones and we'll be like laser focused. And then suddenly,
right.
Squirrel.
Absolutely. Oh, got a burger.
Yeah, so that's why it's completely laid back. It's just, I wasn't sure if it was, I'm still curious about this music thing, why I can't get them to play, because supposedly everything I had was right. Although I've got 2 Chrome inputs now, and I don't understand why.
I like the 12 Pro Max, Jim, but 11 Pro, probably get a good deal on 11 Pro Max now.
What?
Brand new?
I think they were offering us 400, maybe 500 at the most.
No, I'm talking about if he were to buy 11 Pro Max.
Well, I'm just saying, if he wants to offer, if he wants to make an offer, this one's for sale.
Ooh.
I'm going to send it in probably Friday. I don't know. So I don't know, but I don't know how much it's worth exactly. And that's another thing. Is you can get it now with a terabyte. And who was talking? They were talking about what is going on. I'm really confused here. I'm sick
for me,
spending a fortune on Samsung. Go ahead.
Oh, for me, excuse me. If I'm, I don't know. Phones don't seem to wow me anymore. Is it just me or what? Like, I went from the 8 Plus just recently to the 11 Pro Max, and yeah, it was cool for a few days, and then honestly, yeah, exactly. Like, I was still using my iPhone 8 Plus. If I hadn't broken the screen, I bet you I still would be on the iPhone 8 Plus right now.
And it's probably maybe I visit some wrong sites.
Oh, that's not good.
No, but seriously, I think part of it, what it is my issue is I'll download a game, because they'll always advertise in those games. If you want to get extra coins, then you got to watch this video. And I tend to download 8 of those, and then I'll be like, this sucks, and then throw it away, and then no, this sucks, and then throw it away. And I do that a lot. So I don't know if that may be an issue with it.
Yeah, that's probably a big part of the issue.
Okay, Johnny said he's already ordered the Mini 6.
I don't think you're going to find a phone that doesn't dim the screen. I think all of us want that as drone flyers, but the thing about these phones, and this is why they get away with charging so much for the Triple Tech, for the Crystal Sky, is because these phones, the nit, what is the new phone? They say it can do 1,200 nits. Right, but the thing is, how can it sustain it? What can it actually sustain that for more than 5 minutes? Probably not. That's the problem. They don't build these phones with
before it overheats,
before it starts to throttle back. Right, and then it doesn't stay lit for long on whatever the nit rating is.
But unless I was misunderstanding what they were saying that the base models had the 1,200 nits, but the Pro Max only had 800.
Oh, that's interesting. Well,
yeah.
Either way, it's about how long it can stay lit. To me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and like you said, the iPad, like Johnny's saying, the iPad Mini is only 500. The thing that I thought would be beneficial to me is that I can get the Pencil 2, and this is what's so crazy. I keep stuff like that. I've got little things like this everywhere, like notes, and so either whether it's for I'm taking classes for or my wife's business, and so that would save me tons. I think personally, and it would be something that I could bring up and then maybe even integrate it and be able to throw it up in the middle of a stream or something like that. So Johnny, but you need the iPad right away. So, but will it work with the drones right away?
Drone Views Media says they need to find a new way to prevent the screen burn issues. As part of the reason the screen's dim.
Claude, what's up, buddy?
Yeah, that's why I don't get too excited when I see the nit rating on any of the new phones or stuff, because I just know they won't sustain that. Like the second you get out in the field.
That's not new. No offense, and I'm not saying that, but if you go all the way back to like the first few episodes of Drone Therapy, Dan was on here.
I'm done now.
And then Dan would literally he'd roll up the noodles, man, and just go to town right there while. And it's not like that. It's like I've told people before. Go ahead, John.
I do apologize for eating during the show. I do. It's not very proper. I do apologize, but luckily I just finished, so I'm good. No, I was out flying, and then I realized, time's getting late, and so I dropped by McDonald's real quick. Got stuck in the drive-thru for way too long, and here we are now.
Oh no, I think I'm going to try to do a few of these by myself anyway, because we're starting to get to the colder weather, and we'll just see how it goes. And because I need to learn to do this on my own anyway, because I've kind of leaned on everybody that's been on the show for like 5 years now. I think they're like, when is Bill finally going to grow up and do his own live stream? Wait a minute. John Cuppi. Wait a minute, I missed it.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. You never, always just apologize later. Don't ask for permission.
Yes. And it's not now. Oh, now everybody's hungry. McDonald's.
Oh, sponsored by McDonald's. Drone Therapy. There you go.
Yeah, it'd be cool if it was actually sponsored by McDonald's, but we're not sponsored by anybody. Just like I'd really like to have a Pacific Northwest, drone fly-in, and I know all of probably 4 people that live nearby now, which I haven't put that much effort in until now. I've actually found that many people now, so that's cool. So I need to get, like Don was on before, I need to go get with Don, I need to get with Will, although Will's finally getting in his house and everything, so that's cool. Something I wanted to say, Greg Pittman announced today that he's going to have a loss in his family very soon, so we wanted to all give our thoughts and give a shout out to his family and let him know that we're thinking about them, and we hope everything, just let you know that we're thinking about you, and hope that everybody is there for you.
Sorry to hear that.
Let's see, what else was I going to bring up? Let's see, I talked about the Apple. We talked about the 1 terabyte. Let me see if I can share what we got here. Where's it at? Chrome tabs, Apple event, that one. Come back over here and look. And I'm going to throw it in. I need to flip it up so it says auto add. Let's see, was there anything? Oh, the iWatch, they've added that, like the training to it now. And it looks like they said something about these antennas. These are like recycled plastic.
Oh, really?
Antennas. Oh, it's not going. Okay, now it's going up over there. But like here, right, this little banding on the side is recycled plastic, some kind of antenna that they're using. Everything else is recycled aluminum and copper and whatnot. So it's like, I think they said 85% of reused material, which is super cool, I think.
Arco says he loves his smart controller. Absolutely. I would love it too if I had it.
Wait. You have a smart controller now, Art? That's super cool, dude. You want to come on and show everybody?
Yeah.
Is this price high or low from last year? Does anybody know?
It's this on the 13 mini? I have no idea.
Well, the 13, the regular, the standard phone. What was the standard phone? Is it $800 now, or is it less?
I don't know. I know the Max is the same price. The regular and the Pro Max and the regular Pro, same price as the 12.
Yeah. It's like that 1,000. The Pro Max is $1,099, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
And then $999 for the Pro.
Very stupid expensive phone.
Yeah, but what's your alternative? The new Samsung Fold that's going to cost you, what, $1,300?
Yeah.
So, I've gotten used to this. I like.
I'm just glad an Apple authorized repair center opened up near me, so I don't have to drive 2 hours or so to St. Louis to get, a battery replacement or something, an authorized one.
Cool, different colors. Let's see, the terabyte of storage, and they've letting you use a lot more of the screen. Like I said earlier, I like the fact that they've added night mode to all 3 cameras. That's cool. Mm-hmm. What else was it? It was the Apple ProRes is on the phone, so you can shoot. What was the?
Do
frame
all of
rate?
these have 120 hertz too, or no? Or is it only the Pro Max?
I don't. Does anybody in the chat know? What are we talking about? I traded my. Did you see what Art did? Look at this. Look at this.
Oh, wow.
Yes, there you go, buddy. There you go. Yeah, smart controller's awesome, dude. It's awesome.
Wow. I see, the 13 Pro Max 1 TB is $1,599. I always wonder to myself, like, who is buying those high, terabyte or high space iPhones? And then, my neighbor just bought a new iPhone about a month or so ago, and he got the top one. I'm like, man, that's a lot of space. He's like, yeah, I know. He's like, but I don't have a computer. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense. He's got all his music. He's got everything on that phone. Everything on his phone. Well, movies, all of it.
Let's see. Does it still do the same thing again? Wait a minute.
So if that's your only device and you don't have a computer,
it'll push again, won't it?
I guess.
Now, how do the others do this? No, it's overlaid. That's cool.
I feel like it's a ton of data, though, to lose at any given moment, unless you have it backed up to the cloud.
iPad Pro soon. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't blame you, man.
I like the Mini. I really do. And I have the laptop. So that's why I think I want to go. Well, like John was pointing out, try to sell it to somebody, and see what you can get out of it. Yes, indeed, sir. That's why I said I wanted to say something about that. I didn't want to, go too far, but I wanted for everybody just to have him in their thoughts. My original Auto X-Star drowned in the river. Oh man, just a couple of weeks ago. That sucks. That really sucks. I think you could, but yeah, probably pick one up still inexpensively. Everybody's saying howdy. Artco. So what all do you have on your smart controller, Art? Let me get back to here. Let's see what this was. There's a tidbit of news that I wanted to bring up that's kind of funny. Let's do a share screen. Found this right before we were going live. It's in a Virginia school back in my home state of Virginia. Let me bring it up here. Okay, so in Virginia, a drone drops cell phones and drugs at Virginia private school. Let me get this out of the way. Close that. Come on, get off of there. There we go.
This is the squirrel night. Let's do drone brews, drone therapy. I got a little White Claw seltzer.
Okay. Why is it? Oh, okay. I understand now. I was like, what the hell did I do now? And I was like, because it's behind all that shit. Back over here. Click this off. There we go. Now, no more befuddling. Y'all can, let me scroll. I'll have to get back over here to the share screen and scroll back up. Look, there we go. Drone drops cell phones and drugs at Virginia private school. So I can't play the actual video, but in Brunswick, Virginia, drugs were dropped by drone Tuesday on the property of Brunswick Academy. And this is so funny, man, because this was the school that, if I'm not mistaken, back when I graduated from high school in 1983, yes, that long ago, this was the school that knocked us out of the state tournament. And it says a private school in rural Brunswick County, Virginia. Brunswick County Sheriff says the package, which contained marijuana, tobacco, and cell phones, was likely intended for the nearby Lawrenceville Correctional Center. Oh, so it just happened. It was on the way. Police believe the package was dropped on school grounds at 5:40 a.m. Monday. Shortly afterward, witnesses say people in a sedan grabbed the drone. Police responded.
We got peeps in the chat. Lots of people, I think, coming in here. We got Chuck coming in from Cove Action Dronography. We've got Patrick, my friend. Also, Chuck was in a terrible accident. He got T-boned, so...
Yeah, he had mentioned something
horrible.
about that on Art's show.
Yeah, really, really horrible. But luckily, him and his wife there, I mean, they're as okay as you can be, I guess.
I was only off a little bit on the pricing, John. It's not $1,200, it's $1,800 for the phone.
Wow, $1,800.
Only,
damn.
yes. Chuck, well, Chuck,
Only $1,800.
We're glad you survived, Chuck.
Absolutely.
Please try to, stay safe. And hey, Roger's here too.
Roger's here in Canadian Drone. We got a nice.
There's Patrick. Yeah, I was looking. I know you said that Patrick.
We got
was
a nice
here.
show.
Trying to pop up the names. Yeah, Chuck. How are you doing, Chuck? Do you have any bionic parts yet, Chuck? Those not from back in Colonel Steve Austin's day. We're talking about this generation's bionic parts. Maybe it would just be stem cells. Who knows?
Good thing. It's great to have a mute button, right? Like, wouldn't it be great to be able to mute yourself if you burp in real life?
I'm just trying to figure out how I screwed up the damn. Okay, let me just. What's that?
I'll bring the music. Beatboxing. What the hell did you do? It sounds really weird.
It reset for some reason.
And now you're on a really weird sounding microphone.
Wait a minute. Hang on.
What's going on, everybody? How's it going? You guys see, I've got my drone stuff in my office now. You see that? My whole bench, all my stuff. I'm not going to be in the garage anymore. It's gonna be a lot easier to produce videos and stuff now. So I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, I'm fully live. Yeah, that's my new old setup. There we go. I'm hopefully gonna get the.
What? I don't know. Is it still really weird?
What do you guys think? Should I put some LEDs around the pegboard?
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but I think there's an echo.
There's an echo.
Yeah, there definitely is.
Wait a minute. Let me go. It's got
Excuse me.
Here's the problem. What about now?
No, not really. As you can see, the bed is behind me, but I realized that we don't need to get rid of the guest room for me to have what I want in this office. So, and it also means I'm going to have room now, finally, for a 3D printer. Yay!
Am I still echoing?
Yes.
Weird.
So I will be hopefully getting a 3D printer this winter as something to do.
Can you hear me, John?
Yes, I can hear you.
Am I echoing still?
No.
Okay, cool. But okay,
No,
I wonder if I can show this. Maybe somebody out there understands. Let me see if I can share this.
And I was starting to get ridiculous being in the garage.
Oh yeah.
It's just too hot. Too hot.
Well,
and then another funny thing is, I'm getting an echo again.
Huh?
I'm getting an echo again.
This is so weird. Why? What if I do that?
Yeah.
What about now?
There's a hiss and an echo of sorts.
There's a hiss and an echo. Okay, so let's go over here.
But not now.
But not now.
Yeah, it was getting to the point where if there was a cricket in the garage, I would have to find and kill it before. I'm totally serious. I would have to find and kill the cricket before I could start filming a video. Yeah, it's not fun.
Okay, for some strange reason. Okay, now what about now? Are you getting an echo?
Echo. Oh yeah, yeah. It's not even an echo. It's feedback. It's like.
What about now?
Testing. Yeah, I'm good now.
It's so okay. Whatever it is, okay. I'm just gonna remove that input.
32 people are watching this technical disaster.
I was going to here. See, this is it. This is as you can see, the Elgato Wave 3, right? And this is supposedly how I was going to be able to share music, right?
Wow.
So, okay, I'm throwing this up here. Okay, so
newbie drone. Gotta have newbie drone. Who else likes newbie drone?
Newbie drones.
Newbie drone.
Okay, so then I hit browser, but then you're getting an echo off the browser.
Not anymore. I'm not. Oh no, I am now. It's not even really an echo. It's like it's playing on your end.
Okay, then I just removed the input. You saw where I removed the input. Okay, so but now see I've got 2 of these. How do I remove this? It won't let me just remove it. It gave me two Chrome. And let's see if I hit reset, it does that funky shit. And I'm not gonna do that again. I'll play with it later. If it's still not working now, we'll just leave it at that. We won't get the music till later. I'll come back on later. Okay, I promise I won't do it again. Let's see. We got some people that came in. Okay, Chuck's still alive. Chuck's saying echo. World Drone Community Convection. Yeah, you guys are okay. What? 7-hour estimated end of render. What? What are you rendering?
Patrick has a request.
And the reason it said, let's see, what else was I going to do? Oh, I showed the news thing.
Let's get ready to rumble!
I know what it is. What do we got coming up tomorrow? The day of the Golden GoPro.
The Golden GoPro?
Yeah, since that's tech stuff anyway.
Tech.
Who in the hell is going to pay, if it's reported, $650 for the new GoPro? I mean, other than somebody that's, you're doing it for views. I can't. I mean, yeah, it's going to do all these fantastic things, but
people who aren't upgrading to the new iPhone, so they can put that money toward the GoPro.
So John's just moving his lips now, acting like he's muted.
Really? Am I actually muted? Let's see.
GoPro. No, I'm talking about, it's supposed
I'm
to be,
out.
It said $650.
Oh, now I'm good.
See, I don't hear John at all. So
you don't hear me at all?
With me, or
other people do hear me,
or something. Wait a minute. What am I doing now? Maybe. Oh wait.
Oh, we got to keep the chat's attention. The chat's losing it in all the technical stuff.
Let's see.
What do you guys want to talk about?
Duh. You know why?
Let me know. Ask me anything. Go ahead and ask me anything.
I still can't. Can you say? I can't hear you.
I might even be liable to say something dumb while I'm
drinking
this. So let's see what happens.
That's so crazy. So it's all one-sided.
This is the first claw of the night. This is the first whole.
He's like drinking, and I can't
first white
understand
claw.
it. He's like, it's all one-sided. I'm not getting any input on the damn. And I guarantee you.
I did just have a burger, so it's going to be a slow.
Hit this.
Slow absorb.
So I've got to have another input.
Rojo Droner, they need a new GoPro session. Absolutely, they need a new session. I am tired of GoPro not.
Again, aren't you?
No, I'm not getting any feedback.
Yeah, it forces me to add the browser input in order to hear you.
Mark, I agree. They need to make a new GoPro session. Stop ignoring the FPV community, and in fact, bring out a naked or slim GoPro. They should do that.
Well, or another company should step up, but who's got the technology?
GoPro undeniably has the technology. I mean...
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Does anybody have the tech even close to it? I don't think DJI has tech close enough to it. And
DJI might, but they don't seem interested in it.
Eric! What's up, man? Good to see, and I heard him say Herman. But that was so fun. Like I said a minute ago, you were talking, and I didn't hear a thing you were saying. The only thing I was getting was the mic feed.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It wasn't
now we're
fault.
on the GoPro. We're on the GoPro. Yeah.
Well, the golden GoPro. I still can't believe.
It's a lot of money. Yeah, it's a lot of coin to spend for a GoPro.
Well,
but I tell you what,
who's gonna put it on the FPV drone?
Plenty of people still will, because as long as you buy like the Best Buy warranty or some kind of warranty, I mean that's how people have done it for years. You always go out and buy a new one, and you get the warranty, and then you can break it almost as many times as you want, and they just keep replacing it. That's how they've always done it. So people will.
He said he heard that they never shut down the Session 10.
Ooh, that's good information there from E-Drone. Interesting. Maybe we will get one.
Naked GoPro.
I would love to see that.
Oh, in order to get a naked GoPro in Canada, it's $600. John did a video on how to do one yourself.
Yeah, if you want to buy a pre-made naked GoPro, generally they are like $500 US, right?
Hey,
or
Eric,
you can do it yourself, but you know it's a pain in the ass.
We're having a good night.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to build one of these things. I mean, it's not for the quote unquote faint of heart, so to speak. I mean, anyone who's gone through the process to do it knows it. But once you do it, if you go slow, it's really not that bad. You look for a busted Hero 8 or something on eBay, and it's really just a matter of sitting down and knocking it out.
And John's got his Idaho quadcopter hat on.
I do.
You know,
the great Marcus Crawford.
Well, he's asked me a million times when we're off camera, and I keep thinking that I've given him my address, but apparently I've forgotten to. So hopefully he doesn't think I'm a complete and total asshole trying to blow him off on his hat, and he offers again because he realizes that it totally slipped my mind. He's like, yeah, send me your address. And then, because right after the show, sometimes I'll get, it depends on what we're talking about on the show, then I'll get a lot of messages on Facebook. Well, we were talking about this, why the hell did you get off right then? Because
are you trying to make Marcus look bad for not sending you a hat?
No, because I think it's me doing the brain fart, not Marcus. So I'm trying to think that I keep dropping the ball and not sending my address. Because, I have to be honest with you. Art told me, he said, Art, Billy, I'll send you some chocolate for your birthday. And I instantly sent him my address. Because when it comes to food, and especially chocolate, then I'm already there.
Art calling his toffees, man. You gotta love that.
Well, he's offered, and I don't want anybody. That's what I said. He's offered. I don't want anybody to think that, it's got to be me. I was the one that completely dropped the ball because he's mentioned it a couple of times, and I think I've just been, maybe it was because we had a good show that night and I was excited. I just completely dropped the ball. I don't know, but
Ray Kelly is also wearing his Idaho quadcopter hat as well.
Yes, he's representing.
Idaho quadcopter got one from my friend Patrick too. In fact, Patrick has a rare blue Idaho quadcopter hat.
What is that? Why is it rare?
It's just a rare production run of the Idaho quadcopter hat. The signature Idaho quadcopter hat is this, but he's got a blue one. My friend Patrick's got a blue one. It looks great.
Oh, that's cool. I have a subject in questions. Well, what we need to do is get you on the show one night.
The World Drone community has questions, Bill. Listen when they talk.
You've become inebriated from one alcoholic beverage.
No.
How many times do we fly DJI drones in a large plane flying super high above us makes our controller say aircraft approaching with caution? I live probably about 3.5 miles. Wait, Eric, that's another story. I live about 3.5 miles from the Everett International Airport. Snicker. Because they don't fly anything out of it. They started out and it was doing pretty good, and then everything happened, and so they don't fly anything out of there anymore. Everything just kind of stopped. So now the airport's kind of gone back to, I think there's one major airline that flies out of there, and that's it. But yeah, I'm getting notices all the time. And
I do as well. Usually you get a notice, but sometimes you don't. Sometimes there will be aircraft in the air and it will not appear on the DJI notifications. So it's not something you can depend on 100% to warn you of incoming aircraft. It's kind of nice to have, but in some ways it's a little bit annoying because it'll alert you of aircraft that you're not even really gonna be anywhere near, but it's in a given radius. So
wait a minute, I wanted to address this quickly. Eric's saying, "Where's the super chat button?" Because he's wanting to support me. I'm so boring, Eric. No one watches my shit. But no, I need to do more than just a live stream to get view hours up.
Can't you wait? You can't. They don't let you have a super chat button. Or do you have it just turned off?
No, I don't have one unless I can be monetized.
Oh wait, this channel isn't monetized at all. You don't have the option to turn it on.
Oh wait, you really want?
I never knew that.
Yeah,
I never knew that.
It's not. I don't have an option here. Hang on.
I did not know that you didn't have the option.
We will get to this.
That's weird.
No, I don't have enough view hours. Nowhere near
enough
view hours.
I never realized that.
Yeah, I don't have.
I always thought that when we joked about monetization and whatnot, that because these live streams they really can't be monetized anyway.
All right, here we go. Here I got to
we swear, we do stuff that
y'all think I'm joking with you. I'm gonna
No, I believe you. It's just I was surprised. I
figured
you'd had enough by now.
Okay, here we go. All right, let me bring us up.
Did not know that.
Okay, we got $12.91. Okay, and then we'll come over here to the monetization.
I believe you.
We got 1,200. So I got 1,290. I have 2,898 public watch hours out of.
Oh wow! I didn't know that.
So see, I got a long way to go. But,
oh wow!
See, the thing about it is I don't. That's my own laziness. Well, not necessarily laziness. Tonight I was gonna go ahead. Wait a minute. Up, down. I was going to go ahead and because I wasn't sure if you were going to get here. Ron, we talked about Ron being out because he's at a political fundraiser or something other. Anyway, so I don't know. I guess I need to do more whatever, regular videos. A lot of the stuff I do are little short things. Most everything I do, everybody's seen Billy used to bust my balls all the time and say, "You really need to get out of your backyard." I've seen Hat Island so many times. That's the name of that little island in most of my videos. Pretty much every one of my videos. The one you see out in the water, you can see, what is it? Whidbey? Is it Whidbey over? Yeah, Whidbey's over here maybe. And then Hat Island is the little island off by itself. It's actually privately owned. It doesn't have public streets, man. And the only way to get cars over there is to have them brought over yourself. You got to pay for it. They say most of the cars and stuff over there are from the 70s, and it's just for people to drive around. There's no stores. There's no anything, and you pretty much, if you want to go over there, you have to have someone who lives over there's permission.
Oh, okay.
So they don't even have a government.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, dude, we need to all go there and buy property to fly drones because it's out in the middle of the water. We could just say, hey, man, we just want to buy a 500 by 500. That would be a cool place to go fly drones if we were stuck in a little place, because it's out in the middle of the water, and then everybody have to ride a boat to get out there.
I remember the Pirate Bay wanted to buy property in the middle of the ocean like that, so they could host their server there to allow people to pirate stuff, and nobody would be able to do anything about it because technically it's just like an island in the middle of the ocean. It was called Sealand, I think it was, something like that.
Oh, very cool. But yeah, it happens to me. It happens to me a lot. And then, I do what they say. The only thing that here's the question.
Sealand. Yep, that was it. Principality of Sealand.
If you get a warning from a plane, does everybody land completely?
I don't think you need to land just because you get a warning.
Yeah, but the whole point is it says we're supposed to yield the right of way, but doesn't it say that we're supposed to land when we see an aircraft? Or when there's an aircraft in there? That's what I'm curious.
If you're in the flight path, but I
And we're only at 200, like he was saying.
If I'm at 100 feet and the plane is flying this way, this is the path, and I'm nowhere near it, I'm not gonna land. I'm still yielding. I'm giving right away because they're not coming anywhere towards me.
Oh no, I'm curious if maybe what's in my brain. Excuse me, my brain is wrong. And see, for me, I can get automatically up to 200 feet all day long. But then I would have to, physically apply for further to make sure that there was no flight paths planned through there. But they train so many here now. What they've done is, since it's an international airport, I don't know if that changes the rules or something, but now they're training all these little Cessna pilots, and they're just, oh
yeah.
I'm like, what? You can't look up in the air, and it's cool every once in a while to see a big aircraft flying, but when all I see is these little planes flying around, and I'm like, man, I can't put up my drone because it's going beep 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 beep. And
yeah, I used to live somewhere where there was constant air traffic after a certain hour, and it's just not fun. It's just not fun.
That's what I said. I thought that supposedly you were supposed to land.
I did not know of anything that says that you're supposed to immediately land just because there's an aircraft that's...
Well, that's why I'm trying to see anybody in the chat that's 107 knows if that's true or false. And nobody's throwing it up there yet. Anyway, anybody that knows that, whether if there's an incoming aircraft, are you supposed to yield or not yield? Please put the answer in the chat because I'm kind of curious about that.
Well, you're supposed to yield, but what does yield mean? Like, if you're nowhere in the direct path of that aircraft, then if I fly to the side, then I should be considered yielding. No? I mean, to me, yielding doesn't mean just land every time you see it.
Right of way by any means necessary.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's what I would think. And it should be perfectly acceptable to shift to the left or shift to the right if you see that's the direction that the aircraft is approaching.
Okay, so it's just you must lower the craft. Okay, that's cool.
Lowering it makes sense, cool. Too. Obviously, if they're in your altitude, you want to lower it.
Tell your wife happy birthday for us. Okay, so that's cool. I was under the... I don't know, maybe it was something that I'd seen on the Lifetime... You don't have to land. Okay, cool.
It seems like it would be absurd if every time a helicopter or a plane was, detected, that you'd have to land. That would just seem absurd to me.
I don't know what made me think that I had read that, or it was in one of the classes. I don't know where that popped into my head at. Maybe it was something I had read in a book. But yes, everyone tell Ray's wife happy birthday. You can descend also. Your fastest move, safest move.
Yeah, see, that makes sense what E-Drone is saying. If that's your safest move, right? Like, would it make any sense to descend if, say, the plane is technically coming in at a lower altitude? It might actually make sense to raise altitude depending on where you are.
Yeah, except where I'm at, where I'm next to the airport.
Right. You have a 200-foot cap. Right.
Yeah, well, in the same sense of the word, you would think, especially with me being at 200 feet, I really wouldn't have to descend. Because technically a plane shouldn't be that low anyway, because, like I said, I'm probably 3 miles from the landing strip. And if there was a plane flying 200 feet above my house, I think you should be spraying for bugs.
I think a lot of it is just warnings. A lot of the warnings are not for drones that are flying, not for planes that are flying at 400 feet or below, are they? The warnings are for planes that are maybe in your general area. They're not flying below 400 feet.
This was an interesting... How would you... I couldn't get clearance to be above an aircraft here, so I don't know how you could do it legally. I was having trouble trying to land when I saw the plane because I didn't want to spill. There you go.
There you go.
Don't drink and drone.
That's true. Do not drink and fly a drone.
Don't drink
unless it's a whoop and you're indoors, and you're totally fine to do that.
Unless it's a whoop and you're indoors. Okay.
Yep, absolutely. FAA has zero jurisdiction indoors. Zero. None. You can even make money. Make all the money you want indoors inside your house.
Maybe that's... Okay, where do you... Okay, you see, different rules for different countries. The only thing I know is about here. From Delaware, the entire county and nearby states are no fly zones. That's pretty much anyway when you've got a president going somewhere, they're going to do that. They don't want you, having an overhead.
Every time former President Trump came to Bedminster to golf, where I used to live in New Jersey, huge no-fly zone, huge. So I feel your pain on that one.
Well, that's what I said. I think it's any public figure like that. You're gonna have something like that.
Absolutely.
All major sporting events, and it's understandable, because from a safety point of view, it would be bad for some certain types of people to have a bird's eye view of a major sporting event or something.
The thing is, they cast a 30 nautical mile radius. Look, for airplanes, I understand it, but drones kind of get sucked up into that 30-mile radius. I'm not endangering the President of the United States if I'm 10 miles away flying my drone. You know what I mean? That's really kind of ridiculous, right? But just because of the way the laws and stuff are structured and TFRs, drones get sucked into them. And when you have these 30-mile radius TFRs, it's, in reality, you're not hurting anybody by launching your Mavic from your backyard and flying around a little bit. But the law is the law, and it is what it is. So I understand E-Drone's frustration 100%. Used to have the same thing when I lived in Jersey.
Well, you remember how frustrated I was, John, waiting on Lank to actually start?
I know, you didn't fly at all for almost an entire year, right?
It was 18 months.
It was 18. Yeah, you didn't fly at all because you couldn't get authorization.
I think I flew these things constantly.
Yep.
So, and it was...
you didn't fly basically for almost 2 years there. Well, a year and a half.
Yeah, year and a half, and it was crazy. And then as soon as it was just so cool, because Everett was one of the first airports to actually get Lance in the country, because we were talking about that too. Remember, we were like, oh well, I don't think it's a lot of places it's not active yet, and because it just turned out that they had just, the reason being was that Everett had just become an international airport, so it basically got all brand new tech going into it to upgrade it from just being a little private airport to, something that they could fly the big planes out of.
Yeah, it's a huge no-fly zone when the president comes to town. Any president, absolutely.
Fly.
Yeah, and you can apply for permission to fly during a presidential TFR. Yeah, good luck. Good luck. It's not going to happen, basically. Yeah.
Why would you want to?
Why would you want to? Because what if you live in that 14-mile zone? I mean, very possible that you do.
Well, no, I understand that, but it's not something. I mean, think about like I said, I was in a TFR for 18 months. It wasn't like just because somebody showed up that weekend.
Well, it can be problematic though, because let's say they come every weekend, okay, to play golf, which happened a lot. They came almost every weekend to play golf. And if weekends are the best time to fly, you're kind of just SOL. Yeah. I mean, and I'll say this. There's a big difference between flying in a presidential TFR and flying without Lank approval. I mean, one, you might get in a little bit of trouble, but the other... Oh, if you get in trouble for flying in a presidential TFR, they're going to nail you. They're going to be really, really pissed.
Well, I would also think if you had a potential flyaway without Lank approval,
but that's such an edge case. All right, but let's be honest. How many flights go on every day without Lank approval, okay? But how many flights go on in a presidential TFR? I mean, it's not something I would personally want to mess with. Okay, that's just me.
Eric's taking off. Glad to have you, sir. We will try to get you on the show. Robbie, we'd like to try to get you on sometime too, because it would be great to have some. We're trying to get some, old faces, new faces, a little bit of everybody in talking about different things tonight. Like we said, is John, don't you have something that you were going to show? Like goggles that you had put some new.
The shark bite project?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that fell flat. I was not able to get that finished.
Oh, wow. The shark bite. Wait a minute. So explain this to me. What do you mean by shark bite project? So you're adding modules. I don't understand what you mean by project. I thought Sharkbite was kind of like
It's my project. My project. Sharkbite is done. It's my project.
oh, see, but what is entailed in Sharkbite? Are you trying to create a digital set of goggles?
No, I'm trying to put the Sharkbite system in one of the drones that I have. I'm trying to do a Sharkbite HD digital build, and I'm trying to put it into this frame, but unfortunately that proved to be a pain in the butt, and I'm going to need some parts that I didn't realize that I don't have. So that's on hold for probably about another week until I get those parts.
So, okay, so there's multiple different things called Sharkbite. So is that what you're saying? So I misinterpreted what you were talking about?
Sharkbite is the name of the digital HD FPV system by Fat Shark, which is really by a company named DiviMath. That's a whole other thing. Mr. Ron Brown, what's going on, sir? Good to see you.
Keep on talking, John. I don't want to disrupt your...
And here's the man that we need to ask. Are you going to purchase a golden GoPro?
Well, I'll tell you tomorrow.
Oh
wow!
You know what that tells you? He's gonna do it. They're gonna him and Marcus maybe have come in from Florida, and they're gonna do a live buy. So tune into Drone Nation tomorrow for the GoPro live buy and live stream. Right? You're gonna
GoPro Nation, exactly.
GoPro, yeah,
Marcus be co-hosted with R2D2 in Star Wars Land.
Absolutely.
Nah, y'all gonna come on. That's what it is. Y'all gonna do a live stream tomorrow, and it's good. Ron and Marcus purchased the golden GoPro.
So somebody hand Ron Brown a Coke, please.
Yeah, there you go. Ron's got to do his Coke thing.
Trying to grab your Coke.
Nice.
Water bottle.
Oh no, it's his water bottle, right? Yeah, we know how it is because John's actually drinking tonight, so he was like, Ron's going to drink too. Oh, he's already drank his.
In all seriousness, I bought the Hero 7, and I never skipped the 8. I didn't upgrade to the 9, and actually I didn't buy it myself. I asked for it for my Christmas present. So I am not the world's quickest jump on upgrading the GoPro.
Oh, I was trying to have a lead in for you.
You're killing the lead in.
I'm just saying. I think by the least we've seen, the Hero 10 looks like your good typical incremental update. If you have a Hero 9, it's probably not worth updating. But if you have an older one, maybe the 7. Maybe the 8, maybe then it's worth taking a look at. But unless you review the cameras on your YouTube channel, there's probably no reason to do this upgrade.
But it's $150 price increase, right?
We think
we don't know for sure.
According to the leaks coming out of the people that sold it in Croatia, it translates to the $499 here, which would be a 10% increase over the price of the previous model. Because remember, GoPro played games last year.
Oh, so they're saying $499?
It was actually like $450, but they made it sound like it was $349 because you had to buy the GoPro subscription plan. But if you don't get that subscription plan, you were paying $449 last year.
Okay, I had heard that it was really going to be a major increase in price. So what you're saying now is that it's not. It's going to be basically what it was before you got the add-on.
No, what I'm saying, it looks like a 10% increase. If you translate the Croatian money to U.S. dollars, it would translate to around $4.99. So that's $50 more than last year. So that's about 10% more than the price was last year.
Right, but wasn't there also that thing where you could do? They said it was free. So won't they probably do kind of the same thing, and then after a month or so go, we'll let you have it for $449 without the GoPro Club bullcrap.
Yeah, they're playing games. Hey, can I tell you this is real rumor mill stuff. What I'm telling you here is nothing that's written down or anything you're gonna hear from GoPro. This is totally out there rumor mill. That GoPro, they have an app. They used to have an app. They still have the app, but they call it the Quick app now. And if you pay the $50 a year or $10 a month or whatever it is, you can actually load stuff to the cloud, and you can load all the content to the cloud. I think it's like it's no you can cap on. You can download everything, record to the cloud. But it's a rumor that they're going to try to have like a YouTube type of thing where they want users to upload their videos to this like quick channel, in the internet, and you create little videos and they may even monetize it. I mean, this is a wild rumor. Not saying you're going to come tomorrow, whatever, but I've been hearing now from more than one source that they're going to try. YouTube's going to try to become their own like mini YouTube.
Great price.
7 black, yeah, really, with an extra battery too.
And here's another thing you guys may not know: GoPro has lowered the price of the Max down to $349. Of course, that's they're playing games again. It's really $399. It's $349 if you get the GoPro subscription plan. You can get and the Max is normally $499.
GoPro.
See, that's what makes no sense. Okay, you're gonna pay $399 for just the what was it, the Hero, or no, what was it, the Max,
the Max, the GoPro
yes,
Max.
You're gonna pay for, but if you get the GoPro Club, then you get it for $349 plus only $50 for your membership to the GoPro Max Club, but you're still paying $340 or $399.
Well, see, here's the hook, Bill. What they want you to do is they want you to do this, right? And then when the year comes around, you forget to cancel, and they hook you in for another like $50 subscription for the year. So it's almost like all this stuff. They want you to forget to subscribe to it, and then you'll automatically roll into another year of the subscription. So it's like
because you'll forget
giving.
You'll forget because a lot of them you look on your credit card bill and it'll say you were charged $89.99, and you'd be like, what the hell?
You're scratching your head, yeah.
And then you go trying to search and you find out it was for some voice analyzer that you bought 3 years ago, and you didn't realize that you were. It's like my wife discovered. Yes, here we go. Squirrel. Here we go. My wife discovered on our trash bill. She looked and noticed that we were paying every month for our yard waste bucket, right? For our trash can. And we were paying for it even in the middle of winter. Every month, like $40 a month. And so my wife called them up and she goes, y'all, we pay this every month? And they're like, yeah, you pay it every single month. And even in the middle of winter? Yep. So she said, how much is it going to cost us if we tell you to come pick it up now and then bring it back in March? Nothing. We'll just come pick it up and then bring it back in March. So we had done that for like 3 years, and we had been paying, for 5 months, like an extra, I think it was $15 a month. Every month for like 4 or 5 years. So we just threw away $500.
Wow.
Good thing she finally discovered it when she did.
So you know how much a subscription plan like this can be valuable to a company. So even though it's confusing consumers generally hate subscription plans. You understand why the companies want to do them. They can confuse the price. They hope they hope you forget to cancel. Hey, here's
dirty.
Here's another crazy GoPro rumor too, and I don't know if John's heard this. There's some famous FPV guy. He's so famous that I can't remember his name. But I don't know. I don't get the part if he's working with GoPro in this or he's doing his own. But this guy's going to start selling naked GoPro Hero 9s.
Really?
And it sounds like it's maybe even with GoPro's blessing.
Wow, interesting. We were just talking about that. I had not heard about that. But that would be great.
Excellent point right there. On every shampoo bottle, it says that wash, rinse, repeat. And that makes you use.
I'm gonna have to look into that, Ron. If you remember the name of that guy, I would love to search up the groups for it.
I can't. I probably can't get it right now because I won't be able to talk the rest show while I'm searching. But
it doesn't. It's a squirrel night, Ron. That's why it's called Squirrel. It's not like that.
Yeah, this is what I like. You up that on that one.
This is what I like how he brought this up. That's been on every shampoo bottle since I can remember, and you don't need to repeat. But you use that shampoo twice as fast if you follow the directions.
I never read my shampoo bottle, so they haven't fooled me.
That's true. They haven't fooled me either.
Oh, you only wash once and then rinse, and that's it?
Well, see,
I don't do the repeat.
I wear glasses, so when I'm in the shower, I got my glasses off. I can't read that good.
That's why I probably haven't read it either.
So wait a minute. When you buy the shampoo, you just snag some shit off the shelf, and it doesn't really matter as long as it says.
I certainly don't grab my shampoo bottle at CVS and turn around and read the back.
I have to, man, because we're like I'm one of them freaky people, right? That like everything, like detergents mess with my skin. Perfume stuff messes with my skin, so I gotta have all that. No dyes, no perfumes, no,
gotcha.
So it's for me, it's like crazy.
I've probably been using the same shampoo for 20 years, so I don't have to check it out anymore. I know it doesn't dry me out.
Doesn't bother you.
I use the same
whatever. Yeah.
I used the same shampoo since I was a child. It was called Acid. No more hair. So yeah.
No more hair, no more tears.
Yeah, there you go. That's exactly right. Oh, and okay, and what? Here you go. We got to jump back since you got here late, Ron. What do you think of the new Apple products, and are you going to partake?
Well, the iPhone 13. I sound like a broken record. They seem like a nice incremental upgrade from the current generation. I don't think there's anything outstanding there that would warrant you the upgrade from your 12, unless you just have to have the latest and greatest. Now, I am on that upgrade program with Apple where I can upgrade every year. And since they didn't change the prices, it won't cost me anything. So I probably will upgrade. The only thing that costs me is paying the tax.
Oh, well, that's a trip. See, like...
Oh, yeah. Cool.
Like last year, for instance, for some reason, I paid less. My monthly payments went down $5 when I went from the 11 to the 12 or whatever, But so I will probably upgrade, but only because it doesn't cost me anything.
Yep.
There. Yeah. I remember the Nair commercials from when I was a kid, that's for sure. But no, if you have an older iPhone, of course, if you have like a pre-10 or whatever, it's probably a must-have upgrade. But the camera's the big thing. The camera's a much improved, Bill. The super wide angle one is a massive improvement on like it has more elements in the lens. It has a lower aperture rate. It looks like a massive improvement. The wide angle, the one you shoot most of the wide angles improved. Even telephoto goes from like a 50 to a 75, so it makes it a much better portrait lens. So if the iPhone is your only camera, you don't own any of the cameras, maybe it's worth an upgrade. Now the iPad Mini, kind of a disappointment to us people in the drone community. It looks like a great upgrade. They got the 850
500 nits.
They got a bigger screen, but they left the nits at 500. When the phone was upgraded to 800 and 1200 when it was doing HDR work, so I guess they figured nobody takes their iPad Mini outside.
Okay, did I misunderstand, or did they say that the standard models were going to be raised in nits, and that the Pro Max models were going to have lower ratings as nits? Because if I was listening to what he said, I was thinking that he said that the base models were going to have 1200, and that the Pro Max was going to have 800. So maybe it was reversed.
The way I understand it, I don't pay. I'm not knocking. I'm not trying to downgrade the non-pro models. I don't even listen to the non-pro model information. Like my ears only open up when you start talking about the pros. But the pros, okay, it's good. It's going to be 800. But when you start doing anything that requires HD or whatever, then it's going to bump up to 1200 nits.
Okay, all right, that's cool.
And it may be anywhere in between.
Okay, here's the key question, John.
If you're just reading email, it's going to be 800 nits. But
John
if you're
asked this
watching
earlier.
HDR video on YouTube or whatever, it's going to be 1200 nits.
Okay, John asked this earlier. Is the whole line going to get the 120 refresh, or just the Pro models?
I apologize again. I only listen to the information, the Pro models. I just don't even. If it's reading, I just skip right over the regular models. Or if even Tim Cook's talking, I kind of zone out until he starts talking about the Pro models.
Okay, do you think cinematic mode is a gimmick, or is it something real?
Well, I saw our friend Billy Kyle on Twitter call it a gimmick and whatever. And he very well could be right. But until I actually have it in my own hands and testing it, I'm not going to call it a gimmick or whatever. What they it's. I mean, not that I know what I'm talking about, but they talk about rack focus. You've heard about rack focusing for years in the movie business, where the focus changes in the scene from one character to another, one object to another, and this is going to allow you to not only shoot it that way, but if you don't like the way it rack focuses, the camera rack focuses on its own, you can change it in post. So listen, the everyday user is never going to worry about rack focusing. Whatever your mom or your dad shooting videos at the kids' party is never going to worry about rack focusing. But somebody that's really a content creator, whatever, maybe even a big time YouTuber, that rack focusing could, that could really come in handy, because you can't do rack focusing now unless you got thousands of dollars invested in pro level equipment, and now you can do it on something you could just walk out of the store with. Again, I don't want to talk it up because I haven't tested it. I haven't seen any big reviewers test it, but it could be something.
Yeah, I kind of busted on him, and he pointed out to me that he was in the same upgrade program that you were, and he would do exactly the same thing. So, oh, by the way, did you notice that except for me not being able to get the background music working, do I sound any better?
Well, you do sound a little smoother tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, except I've got to. I don't know what I'm going to have to do to figure out how to get rid of that extra browser, because supposedly I could play music, but it's not working the way it was supposed to. Anyway, supposedly I could just play it and it would go playing in the background. And then supposedly I could like lower this and then you all wouldn't hear it as much. But I don't know. I'll figure it out.
The old part where the drone says that I have to use this limit.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like it's yeah.
Something weird just happened.
What do you mean?
I'm hearing a major feedback from me, but it's not coming from me.
Do I have an echo?
No.
Am I echoing too?
What about that?
No. Now I'm not.
Now you're not.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's not me. The only browser window I open in the whole computer is this window.
But can you still hear
It didn't
me?
sound like an echo from like a device. It sounded like an audio line echo.
Oh, like somebody has.
Bill, are you messing with the music stuff again?
Like now? What about that?
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
It sounds like a bad radio DJ.
Yeah, pretty much. Bill's been trying to get this music working the whole time. It's just not working out for him.
He's like, stop, leave it alone. So I'll mess with it later. I'm trying to figure out, but the thing about it is I've got to figure out a way to get rid of the extra channel off of my Windows.
I want to correct KCFPV. He says the cinematic mode in the iPhone only works in 1080p, and he's heard that other places. That's out there, but okay, that's it's the frames per second. It'll work in higher modes, but you have to keep the frames per second.
Did they up the slow-mo?
30 or less.
What are the slow-mo frame rates?
KCFPV. Is KCFPV new here? I haven't seen that.
No, he's not new. He's been around off and on. He started out. He wasn't FPV to begin with.
If you want to shoot 60 frames per second in cinematic mode, I believe you have to take it down to 1080p. But I think it will do 4K and 30 frames per second.
I've just now subscribed to Casey. Gonna have to check that out.
And that's I've read different. I've read that both ways on that, so I don't know which one's entirely true.
Yeah, actually, Casey, you've been flying. You switched over to full. It's been like a year now, hasn't it?
If I knew what the name was before, I might know. It was
Casey before.
You sure that's not Casey Neistat with the new?
Oh, maybe.
Yeah,
could be.
Yeah. He started. I think it was the Mavic. He started out with. And then he got the FPV bug, and he just got rid of everything and went straight.
The Mavic Pro 1?
He went, I don't know for sure. I don't want to say and be wrong. I don't know for sure. I don't know for sure.
I know we're talking drones here, but
Oh no, that's
Ooh,
it. It's
I
a
got the
squirrel.
new
high
high
boxing
boxing
car.
today.
You got that
Ooh,
in today?
tell us about that one.
Well, guess what? Even for a budget, John, you know your RC cars. Even for a budget RC car, guess what? Now they add the oil-filled shocks standard.
Ooh, okay, cool.
And guess what? For a budget, this is a 180 scale. For a budget RC, brushless motors.
Oh wow.
Brushless.
With-
Okay,
with-
what
with a
do
base
they want on
model,
the price?
no upgrade.
Yeah, what's the
Brushless
price?
oil-filled shocks, and it has one more uncommon thing in it. Forget what
Oil
the third-
motors, brushless, and what? It's high boxing, so I bet you I'm not gonna be too shocked on what the price is.
I think it's right around $100.
Nice, very good.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll have to look that up, but it has one other feature in it that you don't normally see in these budget cars. But metal ball bearings.
Metal. Wow, they even went for metal ball bearings.
All in a budget RC car.
Wow.
What's the
Yeah,
controller
man,
look
that's
like?
cool.
Show
So-
us the controller.
They even upgraded the control a little bit this year. Usually you get the real budget looking controller, but look, you get a whole array of buttons, and it's twice as big
It's
as
still
the
pretty
one.
budget level, but I mean,
But I should show you last year's controller. If you think this budget, the other one's super budget. Yeah, so I charge the batteries right now. Hey Boxing always gives you two batteries.
Yep.
It's a 2S 7.4 volt battery. They give you the little USB charger for them. I mean, I have a hobby charger around here someplace.
same. Hey, you know, I really like the. I only have one. I have two trucks from Hey Boxing, and both of them are great. The first one is a brushless one, and the other one is brushed. Both of them are really, really good. I've been impressed with both of them.
Yeah, I mean,
The good thing about Hey Boxing stuff is, though, compared to, say, buying, crap from Walmart or whatever, is you can actually get the parts to fix those when they break. I mean, that's the big deal with those.
Exactly. The lady that I work with is Cy Lynn, is the best bouncing. At one point, like in the spring, she had a bunch of spare parts. She said, hey, you want me to send you all these spare parts? And I said, listen, I don't do repairs or upgrades. Thank you.
That's
send
nice.
Them to somebody that does. It would just sit on my, they just sit at my desk or whatever. Send them to somebody that really does that stuff.
Yeah, they're good. They're good models, so that should be interesting. You got a review for that one coming up then?
Well, I just filmed. It just came. I just filmed the unboxing, so I think I got a couple days of rain coming at me, so it probably won't get outside. But of course, it says not waterproof, but water resistant.
Okay.
I don't know if I got the specs here, but it is water resistant.
Oh, it is.
I sunk. I literally sunk one of their water resistant trucks in like muddy water, and it was totally fine afterwards. So,
Oh, good, good.
yeah, I'm pretty trustable when they say that.
Yeah, I mean the big advantage of buying hay boxing is you can order on Amazon and get 2 days of your Prime members, not like ordering something from Banggood or GearBest
Yep.
or AliExpress and you wait a month to get it. So
They sell them on those sites too, but it makes so much more sense if you have access to Amazon. Just buy it from there.
yeah.
Very
So,
cool.
sorry-
I was looking forward to that review.
Yeah, and I meant to contact Ryan to see if he got it in because Dave Perth West also because those guys are 100 times better RC car reviewers. So I kind of like to watch their videos first before I start talking. Not that I'm copying, but to me they just kind of I kind of use their review as an outline or whatever.
Okay, y'all remember when Joe was on with us, Joe Bullock from the shop down there in Alabama? Remember? He was on with us last week.
How long ago?
How long ago? But if I said last week, would you go funky?
I would. But if you're going to tell me 2 years ago, I won't feel bad.
No. Okay, then I won't say anything. But anyway, Joe had brought up. He was talking about what was it? Now I've done a head of squirrel moment.
Casey second John for the sub.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, he did say thanks. So I've lost my whole brain farted the whole thing there and lost it.
Sorry.
No, it's not your fault, Ron. I was trying to think of it myself, and then I'm like, But
Hey, good night, JSK Enterprise.
Good night.
Has to run.
yes, good night, sir. Thank you for coming in. And if I didn't notice
and
you earlier,
Brad Austin just joined us.
howdy. Well, I'm just saying, if I didn't notice earlier, now I remember. Duh, finally caught back up. He was talking about how, and John and I were also speaking about this, about how Facebook is not your place to get views for your videos and stuff anymore. And Joe had brought up that TikTok was the new, place to see things. And it's kind of funny. I showed the guys earlier, because I had made it, and I put it on TikTok, and it's already gotten like 176 views. Remember that thing I made?
Mm-hmm.
This thing?
Oh, cool.
Yep.
I like how they repeat. So.
Well,
Yeah, so
that means we're monetized today. John and I are going to get our checks.
I added you. I think I added you on TikTok, Ron. You added me as a friend, and I saw you got stuff on there as well.
I think I have one.
I didn't know about. I don't know anything about adding friends. I haven't added anybody. I haven't searched for anybody or anything. That was 176 views just in general. So I've got to figure out. So you're doing everything basically in a kind of an Instagram format, but it could be a way to get. Oh, the Bardwell thing. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember you did that.
That's TikTok thing.
How many million views do you have now?
Oh, 47. I've got 47 on that.
47 views?
47 views.
What? How the hell did I get?
But Bill, I've heard that TikTok, when you make your first TikTok video, they prioritize it. They
okay.
Your very first TikTok video, they send it out to everybody. So your first TikTok's going to be your best.
But what if I already uploaded one and then I deleted it?
Well, I don't know.
Because this one's okay. So
I'm
maybe they're
certainly a TikTok expert. I only
Did
know.
you see what?
I only know what I hear on the internet.
Okay.
Somebody
This one I got 506 views on.
Is that your first one?
No.
Oh, okay.
Well, cat videos always do better.
Yes, absolutely.
Everybody loves the pussy.
Quote of the night, people. Now
He almost bit me.
We get a show title now.
No,
It's a squirrel show.
I wanted to. Wait a minute. I gotta find this. Let me do this.
Yeah, TikTok is interesting. Some people Ron, have you seen that one guy who got millions of views on TikTok? The what do you call it? What's his face? He got the Mavic Pro.
I gotta confess, I haven't spent a lot of time on TikTok.
Oh man, I gotta show you guys that.
I like how Ron's. I've got to confess. I need to confess. Okay, I'm going to confess.
All right.
It wasn't me that robbed that bank. It was Ron. I need to confess. All right, here we go. This is what I was wanting. Here we go. All right. So, let me click over here.
I believe TikTok's similar to YouTube Shorts.
This is a trick.
Very similar.
And
Except it's in Instagram format.
On the phone app now, they have an automatic button. You can hit a shorts button on the YouTube app on the phone. It just makes the short for you.
I wonder who that is.
Oh, that's my Nahimi review.
I bought this because Ron told me that he bought it because he had watched Ryan's video, or
And Ryan and Brian both
had suggested it to you.
Yes,
right.
They both told me it was a very good.
Oh, Brian Singleton got one too.
Brian and Ryan, I think their videos came out almost the same day.
But you got yours.
Right.
You got yours for free as a review model, right?
I forget.
Because I got mine for like $6 because I had found it on Vipon. It was my Vipon. And Ron, you talked about on the show about how it was the blue model was more expensive. So of course I had to have the blue model.
All right, I'm gonna play this because neither I think you, Bill, nor you, Ron, have seen this, and then I want you to guess and tell me how many views you think this TikTok has. Hopefully, you won't be able to see it when I put it up there.
Well, Bill and I are TikTok experts. Where's the
all right?
No, I just started TikTok like 2 days ago.
Oh wait. Whoa. All right, hold on one
The
second.
video got censored already on. He's in Hollywood. Okay, there's a Mavic. Guy got the dancing moves.
You can tell he's something crazy like
I'll play it one more time.
20 million, man.
That's
20
why
million.
you get 20 million.
I'm gonna say,
Higher.
I'm gonna say
Higher.
Oh wow! I'm not gonna go any further. But I am gonna do something I haven't done on the show in a while.
So this video here has 71 million views on TikTok, and this guy is known as basically the drone guy, who basically he puts his Mavic up in the air, does a circle around himself, and that's it. This is the whole thing.
And he dances.
And that's it. That's it.
So I'm trying too hard then, John.
Yeah, right. and Dr. Phil got in on it. I've got to show you Dr. Phil's response to this
Phil's
one.
still around?
Dr. Phil's not only still around, Dr. Phil's got a drone.
Is that Inspire?
Oh yeah, he did it with the Inspire.
Dr. Phil has a full on. Is that Dr. Phil dancing?
That is. That's Dr. Phil looking at that guy's TikTok and all those views. He got out his Inspire, he put on his shirt, and he went out there and he circled him.
Well, John, how many views do you think Bill could get with his Blue Bohemian drone?
I don't know, man. You're gonna have to try it. You're gonna have to get out there and circle yourself and.
And how's Bill's dance moves these days?
I don't know. Look who's got going on there.
Can you watch Saturday Night Fever so you can relearn all your 70s dance steps?
He's pretty locked in there. But yeah, that stuff is crazy. And that guy on TikTok is basically known as the drone guy. And when I saw that a month ago when it got posted, I'm like, oh my god. This guy took a Mavic Pro, circled himself, put it to that song, and he went viral.
Now he's a drone guy.
Don't you remember when I used to fly a drone every show?
The drones, how do you monetize on TikTok, John?
So, I know from my friend Ryan, it's actually not that great unless you get literally hundreds of thousands of views. His Ryan's daughter put up a TikTok that ended up like going viral and getting like 100,000 views overnight, and it allowed them to like apply for monetization, but they pay a very low rate per view. Like it's like tenths of a cent per view. So you really need to be hitting it hard on the views. I wish I had the exact number, but I think it was like maybe like a hundredth of a cent per every 100 views or something like that. I don't know what it was, but it's a low amount. You need to be really racking those views hard on TikTok to make the money.
Wow,
racking those views hard.
Because I guess there's no ads that really appear on your TikTok specifically. You as a content creator help to drive traffic to their platform, which they have ads on when, maybe you open the app or whatever. So that's how that works.
I've never seen an ad on TikTok.
They do a good job at making their ads not seem like their ads. You might have seen a TikTok that was placed when you opened it up, but it's not like a banner ad. You know what I mean? It's a TikTok, but made to be an ad. If that makes any sense.
Ads, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
so
it's discreet. They're very discreet about it.
It's like I'm watching a TikTok, but it's an ad.
But it's an ad. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not really,
yeah.
It's like,
but it won't happen. It won't happen like before someone's video. It's not like on YouTube where we know if an ad rolls, that creator's getting that money. It ain't like that on TikTok. TikTok.
You can skip it on TikTok then.
So you watch for a little while and then suddenly, boom.
Yeah. While you're scrolling, you might get some kind of TikTok that's an ad, right? But to get that audience, you got to be on TikTok. You got to have a reason to be on TikTok. And so TikTok tries to pay their creators who bring in the hundreds of thousands of views, millions worth of views every time.
Now let me figure out, John, how the I'm gonna call it the hookup works. Okay, so say I make a preview for one of my YouTube videos, a little TikTok. Where are they clicking the link to watch the whole video on YouTube? Is that how it happens, or?
So as far as like converting TikTok to YouTube traffic, that's tough because the only place you can put a link to your YouTube is your TikTok profile. So like for us drone people, if we want to share a drone video and then say share the link to where that video is on YouTube to say see the rest of it, it's really not easy to do that. Like the most we could do is put a link to our YouTube in our bio.
So the best you can do is do a TikTok that says come over and see Ron Brown's YouTube channel, like me verbally stated in the video.
Exactly. Yeah. Or do it in your profile.
Here's the question: did we really have that big of an attention span before TikTok, or is
probably
this just,
not?
Is this just something that's actually playing to our normal? Because now they're talking about you have to just to get people to pay attention to your YouTube video, you've got to change aspect or point of view every 4 seconds, right?
Okay, is it just me, or is everyone's YouTube Shorts suggested shorts when you open up the front page of the YouTube app? Is it full of sexualized trash? Is it just me? We'll see.
I don't really look. I haven't looked at the shorts on
the
YouTube.
Stuff that they have lined up for me is man.
I can't say it's zero, but I see a lot of non-sexualized short promotions.
Okay.
The
stuff I have is ridiculous, man.
You at some point you clicked the one video that may fall in that category, and
then I got nothing but it. Yeah.
Like I have like 5 YouTube channels, and one of my channels I don't go on much. I must have accidentally clicked on some girls in bikinis video, and now it's flooded with recommendations for girls in bikini videos.
Yeah, that's what happens. It was TikTok. It's a thing called uniform change, where like they are in regular clothes and they change into a sexy uniform. I didn't even know that's what it was. I clicked that thing once, and I swear that's all my shorts are. Literally. My shorts, it almost looks like YouTube is a porn site. If you just go with the shorts. It's so bad, dude.
Yeah.
All I'm thinking to myself is this is so bad that YouTube is promoting this crap.
So many non-videos.
You've just helped out so many husbands. You've helped out so many husbands, John. They're going to be sitting there in the chair.
You're going to type uniform change on YouTube.
Wife's going to be watching TV. Oh, honey, what are you watching over there? You seem really interested in your phone. Oh, YouTube Shorts.
YouTube Shorts, yeah, exactly.
And they're going to say, and I'm watching the special John Cuppi watch list of YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying. YouTube Shorts, and then 20 minutes later, he comes over and he's, hey, let's go to bed early. And she's like, what were you watching on your phone?
look at this crap. Okay, that's my first TikTok suggestion right there. YouTube Short suggestion. Scroll left. What else we got? Here we go. Oh, my 18 plus comments. Let's read them. Like, what is this?
I don't see my YouTube Short not recommended.
Mine's bad. I screwed myself somewhere.
Mine has a dog dancing.
Well, that should go over big.
This is on TikTok, though.
Oh, that's gonna be a hit.
Well, that's TikTok.
Yeah, it's like a lot of. Oh, wow. Oh, this is cool.
YouTube just copies other things, right? Like they just copied TikTok.
Oh, this is dope as hell, man. These people got like these giant skeletons in their yard, like titans. They're like 9, 10, 12 feet tall. Look at this.
Smutty content. Yes, exactly. Exactly.
For Halloween.
Are they playing Buffalo Springfield in the background? Is that the music?
Oh yeah. I wonder, do you get busted for that?
That sounds like the real Buffalo Springfield song.
Good. I didn't play it long enough for me to get popped. I don't think. So
yeah, it's just
that's
crazy.
The thing. Can you get by with doing copyrighted music on TikTok right now? Because it's a Chinese.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. You still can, but they still have to follow like the same rules. They've got licensing with the music companies and stuff like that.
I wonder how many views you'd have gotten for eating your McDonald's during a live stream on YouTube.
Probably 1 million.
That's probably.
1 million.
We need to, so we're gonna do that now. Oh, Ron, I need to. Now,
People
see,
on TikTok go
I
viral
like
for
the split
like
screen
the
look.
dumbest reasons possible. It's true. It really is true.
When John and I were 2, it overlaid, but now it squeezes. It's not supposed to do that. It should do it for any of the overlays. You get what
I'm
saying?
scrolling through my YouTube and I'm subscribed to some weather channels. I see this, our next area of concern. Jesus. And look at where that developing system is.
It looks like a phallic symbol.
I just pray that those poor people in Louisiana, Johnny Joe Fire, they don't get hit with any more
He's
stuff.
getting rained on again
They
down there.
just got rained. Texas just got rained on too.
I know. Yeah, they
Hurricane
did. They
Nicholas
did.
got Texas.
Yeah. Pretty
Well, it's
crazy.
like okay, that's something else. I don't know. We're holding out until I don't know, probably another couple of weeks. No, not a couple of weeks. Probably another week.
If anyone wants $99 Shark Bite modules, they are back in stock as well, apparently. There you go. $99.
Are you going to spin up, Ron? Still?
I'm still heading out.
Because we're the thing with
Is
us
the COVID scaring you off a little?
well, see, the thing about it is if we do that, considering what we do,
You got to quarantine when you get back.
yeah, and we couldn't do our job.
That's
yeah,
definitely
that's
a strong
tough.
consideration.
So, I mean, that's what I was talking to my wife about. And she's like, well, we'll just go to Las Vegas. I'm like, it's the same thing with Vegas, too, baby. You know, I was like, it's not like we could, if we're going to, I was trying to explain to her, I was like, if we're going to go, we're going to go to Texas. I was like, but if we're, you know, it's not like, because I'm pretty sure there's going to be a hell of a lot less people in Austin than there are going to be in Vegas.
Oh,
So-
yeah, probably.
So I was just like, you know, I don't, because we would have to for, I don't think for a minimum of like 7-8 days or so.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we may have our third booster shot by then. I mean, I know that doesn't help you if the quarantine whether you have the booster shot or not. But if I have my booster shot by then, you know, I'll feel pretty good.
Well,
I got no shame in wearing the mask. It's inside.
oh no, it doesn't bother me either. But I'm just trying to say is I don't know. Oh, did anybody buy? I didn't buy the OM5. I didn't see a reason to buy the OM5.
Yeah, I didn't partake either. Like somebody said, I'm going to win mine at spin up. You know, it'll be at least one or two of them at spin up. So,
Yeah. Well, see, here's the thing.
I had bad luck. I had no chance of winning the Mavic 3 there. So I'll get,
Here's the thing,
something like OM5.
You never know. You never know.
I did
Ron.
speak to Kelly, and you know we can get our money back up to 30 days in advance. But if you go ahead and just keep your ticket,
Yeah.
then you can still be in all the drawings, still get your T-shirt, still all that.
I saw
And
you
so-
told somebody else that in one of the groups that was going to have to cancel.
Yeah, it's in Old Farts in a Drone. He was talking about. He wanted to know if he could transfer.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the OM5 for. To me, it would have been cool. I would have given up 5-10 minutes of battery life if you could just press the button and it extended on its own.
There you
You know
go.
what I'm saying? Well, we've been on for a while.
Well, let me fix just like the same
I'm
thing
sorry.
I said about the other stuff. The OM5 is just an incremental upgrade over the 4. It's
Yeah.
got that one trick to that extendable thing, but I mean, really, if you own the 4, it's really only reason to get it because you have to have everything. You got a review channel or whatever, you know. And that's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Oh, that's something else too. They've upgraded the. I didn't know there was internal stabilization that was added to the 12. And
Well,
not,
if you got the 12 Pro Max, they had censorship stabilization built in it. But now it looks like whatever I just said is going to be on the whole line and just not the Pro, but not the Max. The whole line is going to get the image sensor stabilization.
well, it's like, you know, and then they said that it was upgraded too on the new phone, right? It's upgraded.
Yeah, I think the whole line has it now, not just the Pro Max and the 13. And, you know, we kind of missed the headline before, Bill. The real reason to get the new 13s if you need more battery life. The regular Pro gets an hour and a half more, and the Max gets 2.5 additional hours of battery life. So if you're the type of person who whose phone dies on them with a couple hours to go in the day, that could be a reason to upgrade.
True, that's a good point. What was I going to say? Oh, come here. Where is it? There it is. But Bob was talking about. Let me turn the volume down so I don't mess up. Bob was talking about how he thought that it was all women in minimal clothes. This is the kind of stuff that I get on mine. Like here's a dude.
We're back to TikTok.
Well, he was talking about how TikTok was. And I'm like, here's a guy with coins. This is what I'm getting. Here's some people dancing.
Yeah. Bob, there's women without much clothing on every social.
Yeah, and if you swipe by them pretty fast, because they're all basically the same thing. You know, and I've heard this is holy cow, y'all are going to love this. I got to wait for it to replay.
Uh-oh.
No, this is going to be awesome.
Is it drones or women with minimal clothing?
No, it's even better. It looks to me like a whale breaching. Here we go, ready?
Oh,
Look at that bad boy.
Ooh.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
Yep.
He came way up out of the water. So yeah. Oh, well, here we go. Is this maybe what you're talking about, John? An ad hidden in a TikTok? I don't know.
Oh, that might be.
No, actually, Ryan probably has a TikTok. Yeah, and then I've got kids, and there's horses and dogs. My dog's mini living room. What? You're kidding.
Here's
me.
an ad. There's an ad. I open TikTok and there's an ad.
Look at this. Yeah. My dog's mini living room for the dogs.
Ooh.
Look at this. They have a couch. They have a sectional. But yeah, my TikTok's not too bad. I'm home.
I
What
got
I
to
miss?
TikTok again.
We all went.
Hey, Curtis Art's home.
We went nuts. We all went squirrel. We talked about pretty much everything but drones.
Well, you're right.
Well, no, that was what tonight was. I was like, that's because people were like, "What's squirrel?" And but yeah, so it was just kind of.
Hey, I will talk to us. I'm reviewing new prop guards for the Mini 2.
Ooh.
And look how they can snap together in the middle there. And they're budget price too. They're half the price of the official DJI one. So
I don't know.
Look for that review coming up.
Who uses
from our good friends over at Start RC.
Can I ask honestly, who uses prop guards?
Me.
Well, yeah.
Really?
As I point out,
are you testing prop guards too?
You know who does use them, Bill? People that photograph houses. Like a lot of people fly the drone through the house down and get the very smooth video, and they have the prop guards. And I'm going to fly through the house and fly around the backyard with my fences and so on.
I'm going to take TikTok. I'm sure there's probably some of those on there now.
Taking a poo.
Yep, I'm pretty sure there's probably some of those on there now.
Can we say poo on this show?
Yes, we're allowed to, because as we talked about earlier, I am not monetized.
That's true.
But we will get monetized now that we're on TikTok.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. What? You have a new 5-fish V6 expert on the way that just let...
That's not Hong Kong.
Okay. You know what I envisioned when you said that, Curtis? And don't get mad at me. I'll probably get all kinds of hate for this, but I envisioned a small Asian man being packed in a box and shipped over here. But I'm assuming you mean that you have a new professional model ROV on the way. Is that what you're saying?
Very nice, sir.
I wonder if there's any ROVs on TikTok.
Oh, it's a very nice. Did you say, John? Did you look it up or something?
Pardon? What?
No, he was talking about he has a new 5-fish.
No, I just said it sounds nice. Sounds very nice. Whatever it is.
Oh, no, it's
I know
an
Curtis
Asian,
tests.
It's an Asian woman, not an Asian man coming shipped in a box.
Oh, very nice.
Don't tell the wife. Anyway, with that being said, is there anything that you want to catch up on that we haven't covered? That we went back into?
I think we pretty much covered all the week's events. There was some Maverick 3 rumors, of course, over the weekend from Hey Kessler, but they've been, talked about a lot. So we'll actually close the show with some drone stuff. Okay. What I had heard was that the model, the 3D rendering that we've seen is modeled off of the photographs that we've seen, like the etchings, I guess you would say, of
the pictures of the actual Mavic 3 have been out for quite some time. DJI discovered that they were out, told people that if you show them, we will sue the piss out of you. So it finally went around, and supposedly these people, the German people, I think it was German, wasn't it, that created the sketches, used that as a legal way to get around it. And then the renderings that we've seen, the model renderings, are based upon that, but everybody has noticed that it's a slimmer, kind of sleek down from what the original model actually is, or from what the model really is.
Right.
So,
the bottom line is the sketches are more accurate than the renders.
Right. And so, just look at it and look at the 3D model, but look at it in the form of, like, say, the Mavic 2 Pro, and you'll get more of an idea of what the new, and what is it? They're just calling it the Pro 3.
Well, I mean, also, and I always say, hey, it's high. I think Lauren says he pronounces high. High said there's going to be 2 Mavic 3s. There's going to be that one that has the 1 terabyte of internal storage and the Apple ProRes video codec in it. And there's going to be a more budget model without that 1 terabyte drive and without the Apple ProRes.
Okay, so what about, everything's going to have that funky lens? The two pictures.
Well, yeah, that I mean, he didn't cover that one by the other. He said the main difference is going to be the more expensive one's going to have the internal storage and the Apple ProRes.
Well, it would seem to, okay. I don't know if I would need a terabyte, but I would like the ProRes.
Well, I mean, what they're saying is the Apple ProRes is going to create such gigantic files that not only are you going to need that internal storage, but the Apple ProRes is so intensive that a memory card wouldn't be fast enough to write the files. You need an actual, SSD drive in there to write these huge ProRes files.
Okay, but doesn't the new iPhone have Pro Max models have ProRes on it?
I believe the new ones will, but of course they have a very fast internal SSD drive in there or whatever. They don't have a memory card.
Well, but I'm just trying to say, okay, and something that Bob's talking about here is, I don't know why they took everything off the brands. It doesn't make any sense to me either. It seemed to me, especially Mavic, is so definitive of that drone. The minute you say Mavic Pro, everybody knows what you're talking about. Anybody that's even had the slightest little interest in drones knows what you're talking about when you say Mavic Pro.
Right.
Now, if you say Autel Evo, people are going to be like, eh. But if you say, I have a drone, it was a Mavic Pro. Or I had a drone, it was a Mavic Pro. Oh, yeah, I know those. I know the drones. I get you.
Just like years ago, everybody knew the Phantom name.
Yeah.
Is it possible that they dropped it just because maybe people say it differently from time to time? Like, I've seen some people say it Mavic or Maverick, or I don't.
Yeah.
God knows what I'm talking about. Like everybody, a lot of people that literally will just make up the word. Like it very clearly, it doesn't say Mavic.
Right, that's about it.
What?
Okay.
What?
They get the M right. They get the beginning, but then
DJI Mini 2. It's simple. You don't need Mavic. We know it's from DJI. It's a Mini. I mean, it's just simple.
Okay, so let's not call it Corvette next year. Let's move forward.
Exactly.
Let's just fuck it. It's gone.
Yeah, no, but Bill's got a point. We'll go back to Apple. They don't, it's the Apple iPhone, it's the Apple iPad. They don't take the.
But they did drop the I for the watch.
iPhone.
It's no longer the iWatch. It's simply the Apple Watch.
Right. They don't get rid of they don't get rid of the Apple name just because the product's well known as the iPhone or the iPad.
Okay, so.
Oh, that would do it if there's a problem with that.
Oh, so like an international trade.
Possibly.
Here you go. There's something else too. It's Magic.
Magic. Oh, I've seen that one too. Magic.
Yep, exactly.
The Maverick.
Pro.
The Magic Pro.
Yeah. Yep.
The Mavic.
Yep. Oh yeah. But okay, but why Osmo Mobile or and then just go OM? Maybe because of it could cause confusion in other countries. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's what you're talking about. They want it as simple as possible to cut down on the need to change the advertising in different countries.
Possibly.
So they could just throw up a different kind of lettering. Boom, done. Or Pro, just Pro drone, and put a picture of it up. But okay, if there's going to be two models, there's going to be a low brand or a standard brand and a Pro brand. Then you can't necessarily drop the Mavic and call it a Pro and a... We're just going to be the standard, DJI Standard and DJI Pro.
Yeah, I know.
Ford says he believes it for legal reasons. Well, we need to get Frank Wang on here and let him explain this to us.
Absolutely.
The odds of getting Frank Wang on here are about as bad as getting Adam Bree from Skydio on here. So... They basically said, "Go away. We will send you." I'm trying to get him to send me a T-shirt.
I was gonna say maybe you get Brendan Shulman on here, but not even he works with DJI anymore.
Did you get done doing bluegrass music? Good to see you, Chris. Glad to have you in the house. We just kind of, like I said, we had a mega. I liked how the show went tonight. It wasn't really. It is, every time we start to get off, we find this is exactly what I meant by squirrel. And I think it was Akira's show that pointed it out to begin with, about the squirrel moments. Because I was always calling it the train would go off the tracks. But I like the squirrel moments. That
and the show was better time because I didn't make it in until halftime, so these guys could talk more.
No, because John was out too. It was just me to begin with, because I was trying to get my music going. And I was going to go ahead and just ramble on, kind of like we were doing anyway. But you all know how much easier it is to talk to somebody else, and especially where there was no real basic, we could just talk about whatever. And we just had the Apple stuff, so that was something to talk about. And then we also had the golden GoPro. So it could be that if it's for
GoPro Nation
for $4.99, if that's true, considering everything that's in it. And my last action camera was the DJI Action, and as we all know, it is lacking. So maybe that would be something for me to consider. But still, that's... So you're saying how much, Ron?
They're saying $4.99 again, but if that's $4.99 without them throwing in, you get the subscription.
Oh, here's the question then. Do you go $4.99 GoPro, or how much is the Pocket 2?
The Pocket 2 is $349, but that's the base kit. But by the time you get all the bells and whistles you want, I think you're up to $4.99 with that too.
Okay, yeah, I know, and it doesn't.
And remember, everything. Look at the
the microphone, all that stuff.
Actually, Instant 361 X2, I believe that's $429. So almost all these cameras that are in the space are up there between $400 and $500 now.
Right, but with the Pocket 2, you also get the camera, you get the microphone.
Yeah, it's called the Creator Kit. You get all those bells and whistles, correct?
Right. So I'm trying to wonder if it's more. Would it be better to get the Pocket 2, or would it be better to invest?
Well, it would be if you never plan on putting on a bike handle, skydiving out of a plane, taking it to the water or whatever. Remember that the GoPro is indestructible. The Pocket 2 is the exact opposite of being indestructible.
Listen, I have the Pocket 2, and I gotta tell you, the limitations on that thing, if you're not careful to check to see what it can actually do, it's got some limitations that kind of bite you in the ass. And also, the performance in lower light conditions, just not that great. Yeah, just not that great.
Okay, so you're saying, but did you see this? Look at the bottom of the screen. And I've come up with it. I've come up with the name.
I bought mine secondhand off of somebody. I actually didn't buy it for me. I bought it for Crystal, and it was okay. She really liked the camera on my Mavic, Air.
Okay, I'm listening. But
Apple
look what I
and
called
GoPro.
it. Look what I called it.
Reincarnate.
The reincarnated.
But you said
Okay.
you said she liked the gimbal on your drone.
She liked the image as well, because I would go into the studio and film her doing the Lyra and stuff with the Mavic Air 2. And I guess the Pocket 2, the camera, is honestly not as good as what they have on the Air 2. It may look pretty similar, but it's not. It's just not the same thing. The Pocket 2 is much more limited, I guess, sensor-wise. It just doesn't seem like it doesn't work as good in low light. It doesn't.
That's very cool, because
So I
was
would
thinking
say no.
It would be more advantageous, because I was thinking that the microphone and the camera would make the creator package more advantageous.
If Bill, if you're just a vlogger and not an action person, what you say makes perfect sense.
Right, but I was also thinking in a sense that I would, because with this new GoPro is so advanced, for a little bit more money you're going to be able to get a microphone, I'm assuming, to hook up very similarly to...
Well, the problem is with a GoPro, though, Bill, here you go down the rat's hole again, too. To hook up a microphone, you have to get the media mod that has the port.
We don't know for sure until...
What if like $75?
What if you don't need the media mod tomorrow, Ron?
That could be a big feature, Bill. A good point.
What if they're going to come out with, for that $4.99, it's very close to what the Pocket 2 had in Creator Kit? Or what if they come out with something similar, and they don't call it Creator Kit, but it's the something kit, you know?
Well, you're right, Bill. They could easily come out with their own little wireless microphone system, like DJI did. So they could copy that
and give you a little tripod to go with it. Because
now, if you get all that for the $4.99 price, then that will be a nice price point.
I don't expect it. I'm thinking that's going to be, like we said, it's going to be the GoPro professionals kit,
GoPro always makes a lot of friggin' money in their extras. Everything is always... Look, GoPro, any GoPro accessory official is always ridiculously priced. I mean,
Right.
the markup is ridiculous.
And you
They
spend
make a lot of money
on
in
these
that.
accessories. Then the next model, they change the body style, and you have to buy them all over
You have
again.
to buy it all over again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dan, what's up, Dan?
Don't pull Dan's in the house.
I had a Nemo.
Dan's been traveling.
Now, see, that's something that I do like. About this is having, like, of course, you can do it with the 2. You don't need this, but with having the Wi-Fi, you can actually hold the phone, be away, and control what you're filming. You can control how the shot goes, all of that from a distance. I like that a lot.
You can
Now, with the
you can do some
GoPro,
of that with you can do some of that with the GoPro too. Not as good.
how
as
you're
the
not going to be
Pocket
able to pan across like you can with a Pocket 2.
Right.
Right.
You're not going to be able to track a subject
Right.
like you do with a Pocket 2.
Right.
Right.
So, and I can see Bob's talking about how he's gotten some good stuff that he's done with the Pocket 2. So,
And that was the other thing about the Pocket 2. When it was sort of a double whammy, because not only was it not that great in low light, the low light issues compounded its ability to do the tracking, and it basically kind of just didn't work.
okay, but supposedly that was one of the big selling points of the Pocket 2. Bob, have you
If
done
it was, then I have no idea.
Bob, have you done any low light filming?
If she wasn't in, a low lit room, then it would be a different story. But again, the Mavic Air 2 camera is great. It's fantastic. So,
In low
I
light,
mean,
yes, okay.
in low light, yes, very
Okay,
fantastic.
so something else to bounce off to another thing. Let's go for another squirrel moment. The new Apple phones supposedly have an even better sensor to attract the low light, like we had brought up earlier. The night mode is now in all 3 lenses.
All 3 lenses, and not just the
So that's
standard wide angle
people
lens.
are jumping past that. That's a huge update. And that macro now that you can go down to 2 centimeters.
And
on the Pro Max?
Bill, do you know this? The macro is not only for pictures. You could do a macro video time lapse with it.
Oh, that would be like on my little spiders. I could
That
do
is
it,
pretty-
or you could actually do
a time lapse with that macro.
They actually, yeah, that's cool. What did the Femi Palm 2 do? You got the original, didn't you, Ron?
I had the original Phoebe Palm. It was a it was a good camera, nothing wrong with it. It just the video quality just wasn't up to even my whatever GoPro I had then.
Yeah. Okay. Fair. Well, that's cool. Well, anything else? Any more squirrels? Any more squirrels? We've been almost 2 hours.
We've kind of gotten we kind of squirreled out a little bit with the Mavic 3 there, so we're kind of just waiting for all the way out the door here. Do you think the recent rumors? High said maybe November. He said DJI can change the date at any time, but right now we're looking at November. Are you believing that date at all, Bill?
No. I don't think we'll see the 3 before next year.
Okay.
I think because we're already into September. If you were to bring the 3 out now and then try to bring the Mini 3 out, you would crush it.
I totally agree with what you're saying there, Bill. But somebody told me that the Mavic Pro 1, the Mavic Pro, that it came out in either October or November when it released.
Right, but they didn't have a mini product coming out in December.
They didn't have a Spark yet, Bill. They didn't even have a Spark yet.
Right, but see, that's my thing. I really and truthfully think that if they came out, the DJI wants all eyes on the Mavic 3. They want to see, and here's the thing, we've all heard the rumors that Autel's coming out with a mini drone. And of course, common sense tells you if they're going to make some money, it's got to be at Christmas time. So it's going to be any time now that it's going to drop. And they don't have DJI's philosophy to put out the leaks, which is asinine. They should. They should do the same thing, let it leak out there. Just like when I was talking about with Joe about the enterprise skills of the Skydio. They should let us use them for 30 days, watermark the hell out of them and post videos, and they would double, triple, quadruple their sales on that software.
Yeah. Hey, real quick, you had talked earlier this year that maybe the Mini 3 would come out early or whatever. What if they still did that? What if they dropped the Mini 3 like at the end of September, beginning of October, and saved November for the Mavic 3?
To be honest with you, before the chip shortages and stuff happened, I really think that the Mini 3 was coming out earlier, and that they had intended it to come out when I said in July, so that all the fanfare would be over with and that we would get the Mavic 3 in December. That was what the original timeline I was given was. And then I got this ridiculous message saying, "You're not going to believe this. They're going to cannibalize the Mini." And I was like, what? And then that's all they said. And then I never heard anything else. And then we got the Mini, whatever that thing was,
The Mini SE. But let me go to the chip shortage for a minute. And I'm not saying the chip shortage is false or whatever. But, okay, Friday, Apple's going to take millions of pre-orders on the iPhone 13. And
supposedly deliver on the 24th,
Apple's going to sell millions of iPhones before the end of the year, and they're all going to have a chip in them.
I thought that Apple made their own chips.
This is robust, probably more robust than coming out in the Mini 3.
But Apple makes their own stuff.
Well, they design their own chips, but they still have it made at a third-party factory. Apple doesn't own factories. Like, what's the name of the Chinese company that makes almost all Foxconn?
Well, I don't know, but obviously their new design and their new chip doesn't prioritize what's the shortage part. Evidently,
but I'm just saying, somebody, if you really want to get around the chip shortage, Apple found a way around it.
Are you going to buy? Is he trying to say he's going to buy?
Ron, it's really this simple. Apple is going to be at the front of the line for any chip orders. DJI is child's play compared to Apple is right up there with the car makers. Okay, when it comes to priority on the production,
the car makers are actually like they're not making Jeeps right now. They're not making what's the Dodge, the Cherokee. Yeah. It's the same thing as the Dodge. What is it? You know what I'm talking about? The
Dodge Durango.
Yeah, the Durango is there. Yeah. They're not making them right now because they can't get the chips.
Well, guess what? I guess John. I guess Tim Cook got ahead of GM and Ford in line also.
Yeah. What I heard about the cars was that some of the car makers, because of the chip shortage and all that, and labor shortage as well, that goes into also when it comes to making the cars, there's that as well. That right now it simply isn't. It simply isn't profitable to make certain cars on the production line. It's actually more profitable to make the more expensive cars than it is to make the cheaper cars. So, like, when you say, like, there's certain Jeeps out there, are those the lesser expensive Jeeps, or the more? Are they still making the more expensive Jeeps?
They're not making them. No, it's the
not making them at all.
Yeah, it's not making the more expensive Jeeps.
Oh, interesting. So that's the reverse of what I'd heard.
Yeah, I mean, just totally unscientific study. But one day, my wife and I were riding down this road in Jersey where all the car dealerships are, and Mercedes seemed to have the same lack of cars as Kia did.
Yeah, see, who the hell knows? But either way, guys, Apple is going to be at the front of the line when it comes to getting those orders in.
So we got to pay attention to something that's going on in the chat here.
I know we
Matt,
what's going on?
For,
what is he saying here? He's saying he's got issues, and Kira's like, "Do we need to do an intervention?" And I'm like, "Are you saying that you're buying too many drone-related products?"
You know, Maddie's in FPV now.
What the heck?
I was just gonna say, Maddie has been going down the FPV rabbit hole lately.
That's not cheap, right, John?
No, it's not, and he's been going down full force, and he's taking it by the reins, man. He is doing all the FPV stuff. He's whipping around like crazy.
Oh, and the wife is starting to see the credit card bills.
Maybe that's it. Rabbit hole. There you go. Hashtag rabbit hole.
Here's the thing, man. You need the shit that you're not flying, you need to sell it. You need to, and let her know that you're selling it. Take really pretty pictures of it. Put it on Facebook Marketplace. Say, baby, I'm selling it. I'm going to sell this so that I can upgrade to this. Do that, and you'll survive.
There you go.
And then, like Ron said, you don't let it die on the shelf. I've got, I was letting stuff just waste away. And that's something I've said this for 2 damn years. I've got 2 of the backpack Bugs 3s. I don't even know if the batteries will still charge now. But I've talked about giving them away forever and ever and ever, and I never have. I need to at least give one of them away and then ship it somewhere. Maybe give one of them away in a t-shirt. We'll figure out some way to do that. But I don't know how much shipping on that thing would be, especially with the backpack.
Yeah.
Maybe the winter pays shipping.
And shipping prices.
Winter pays shipping.
And shipping prices have gone up crazy this year, Bill.
Oh, thank you. So you just made me... Okay, next year we will give away a Bugs 3 backpack drone. Hopefully the batteries will still fly.
It's kind of sad how you really don't see anybody flying that stuff. I mean, I don't. Not in the groups anyway. I don't see a lot of...
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
Wow.
Oh, Lord.
We're giving out marriage advice now, huh?
That's a heavy duty. You need somebody to put that on a t-shirt. Nah, she loves me, guys. Hence the reason. Oh.
Oh, God.
Shh.
Well, don't
anybody say that out loud.
That's hilarious. You guys see that cat behind me? He's just...
What do you see out the window?
Great
houses. But I don't know. Maybe he's looking at a bug or something. There's got to be something interesting there.
Okay, any more squirrel? Yeah, squirrel, maybe.
What are you looking at?
There's nighttime squirrels, Bill.
But I really and truthfully, I don't think we're going to see a Mavic 3 this year. I think that it'll be, like we were originally thinking, probably February, March next year. We may even what is it? Is it CES that's right there in like January?
The first week of January, Bill.
I would not be shocked if DJI did not get a booth at CES this year and drop it right there. Because how many years has it been since they've been to CES?
A long time.
And last time it was like the Spark, wasn't it?
No, the Spark. They had their own big release for the Spark.
What was it? There was something that they actually released at CES one year. I was thinking, wasn't there?
Oh, it was a non-drone. It was like like a non-drone device they released, like maybe a gimbal or.
But I was thinking, wouldn't it be something to actually show up at CES, DJI to get like the biggest booth there, and then just drop it right there and say to be taking orders in February, March shipping day.
Well, that could be. And our good friend Lauren Donner just got his press pass today, so Lauren's going to CES.
Oh, very cool. But
Ooh.
what do you think of that theory, John? Wouldn't that be something? I mean,
Yeah.
It might not happen, but it would definitely be a way for DJI to slap everybody hard, especially if
I
they
don't
knew
know.
their tech was above everybody else's.
I don't know. It's a tough call. You know, I still think, and I was talking about this with somebody today. I still think that DJI, and I know you guys are more optimistic about it than I am. I still think DJI is not in the greatest position in the world. Again, after being on the entity list,
It's
you know,
still
there's
on.
a lot
It's still on.
of there's, yeah, it's still on,
And you saw the article just the other day, John, where in the enterprise segment, DJI's losing ground, and the other guys are catching up to him.
I know, and it makes me wonder what else are they finding themselves limited in their
Well,
ability to advance their quads.
Okay, here's the thing: aren't all
being
of
on
those
that list
aren't
that
all
we don't
those-
know about.
Aren't all those other companies still getting all of their products from China?
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's a whole other but there's a whole other story.
I get that they're-
Skydios assembles the drones in the U.S.
What I'm not saying that the entity list ban is fair or not, but
Yeah.
but the reality is, I think it affects the company a lot more than we realize. You know, and we see that we see it with the FPV. Why is CADX, a small FPV company, making the air unit and the camera now for DJI's FPV system? Why? It makes absolutely no sense. They say that there's a chip shortage or what. Well, why can't DJI get the chips?
Okay, so what's
Something's
the
going on
explanation?
there.
What do you give for an explanation?
The theory is that CADX is a loophole. They can have CADX sell the equipment. CADX can buy the equipment. CADX can buy all that stuff, but DJI can't.
So we're gonna buy the CADX Mavic Pro 3.
That won't happen. No, DJI will just hold off. DJI will just hold off until maybe they can figure something out. I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised if they're holding off until they can figure something out.
What do you mean figure something out? So they're just not gonna release any more drones?
Didn't say they wouldn't release any more drones, but it may have thrown a cog in their plans. Like, maybe we won't see a Mavic 3 at all in 2022. Awesome.
Oh,
I wouldn't be surprised.
wow.
Yeah, but
I wouldn't be surprised.
But reading tea leaves, then why would they discontinue the Mavic 2 Pro if they didn't have its kind of successor?
They've talked about this. But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, I've heard that too. I mean, that would change things too overnight. I mean, if they were to open a factory here.
You know,
but-
they talked about it right after it was so publicized, and then it just kind of went.
It depends on how much did they really anticipate being stuck on the entity list, and how much does it affect the company as a whole. We just don't know.
Well, and plus, what was so ridiculous was right before being placed on the entity list, didn't they pretty much fire every U.S. employee they had? And then 2 weeks later, they're like, "You're on the entity list," and we're like, "Well, that was smart. You just fired everybody that could have helped you."
I don't know if they fired. Did a lot of people just leave? Did a lot of people just leave the company?
I thought they canned a lot of people.
They just shrunk down their presence in the U.S. maybe to nothing. But no, people were let go. Maybe some people knew it was going to happen. They jumped ship early. But they basically phased out most of the. I won't say most.
So, like,
and you know what? On the
major
FPV
sources
side, again, go back to the FPV. There have been no updates to the FPV system side for, I guess, it was June of last year that we had an update. So it's been well over a year now. If they don't update it by the end of the year, it'll be a year and 6 months. So we've had nothing, nothing on the FPV
even
side.
Lloyd's talking about it. Here's the thing. Ron,
looking good.
you own both birds. Is the Evo 2 Pro comparable to a DJI product?
Comparable to the Mavic 2 Pro. I mean, it's heads and heels above the other drones. Yeah.
So is it above the Mavic 2 Pro? Other than
only in the video camera performance, as far as it's better in low light, and it has a different color profile. I wouldn't say it's better, but it's different. But it's definitely a little bit better in low light in video. Now, when it comes to still images, I don't say it's better in still images than the Mavic 2 Pro.
Okay, so, but now, okay, every video you see, and I give him hell about this a lot, is every video that you see on YouTube pretty much starts with Billy Kyle going, "I can't believe this technology exists."
For the Skydio commercial, every drone video I watch starts out with that.
I'm like, I keep lighting up his messenger, going, "I can't believe this technology exists."
And Billy should be rich after that thing.
No joke, man.
But to finish your other thought out, but the all-tel camera-wise is right there, but not the rest. Not the rest of it. It doesn't have all the advanced flight features. All the trick shots or whatever. The Mavic 2 Pro is a much more complete drone, especially in the app features and stuff like that or whatever. But if you're the type of person that only you totally fly manual, you're only trying to get good video, you don't care about any orbiting or anything like that. You totally dial in your own settings, shoot like 4K 60 or 5.3. Then the Evo 2 Pro is a good bird. The vendors.
I'm just saying, because I think you were talking about Billy should be rich from as many times as it's been on, and I was thinking about how much vendors take advantage of creators. I bitch about this at least every 3 to 4 months about how they do it. They get all this free research, all this free, and we all just do it constantly. And some people even get addicted to it to the point to where they got to buy every new product coming out and do a review video on it just to see how many views they'll get the next day.
Right.
So
I was going to say, Brent Ariels makes a good point.
Oh wait, here we go. What, John?
Brent Ariels is making a good point, saying that we might be overestimating the value of the U.S. market and the global market. But what I want to point out is that it's not necessarily just about the U.S. market. It's what is the United States great at? We export intellectual property. Okay, we may not make the chips here in the country, but we develop that stuff here. DJI can't use American intellectual property. So that leaves a whole ton of chipsets that are developed by computer scientists here unusable to them. It's not that they can't find replacements, but it makes things harder for them. It makes things harder for them.
Okay, I get what you're saying that we don't produce hard goods like we used to. The United States is making money over developing what is already produced to the point of we're kind of the DJI for the needed upper end tech.
We think it all out here, and we have it made over there. Yeah. But DJI is not allowed to use any of our stuff anymore. They're not allowed to use it. So
it's much more expensive for them because they have to develop all their technology from scratch.
They may have to. Yeah. And this is software and hardware, too. Yeah. Software and hardware is both part of the entity list.
Yeah.
And you were specifically, wasn't there, you did some research, too, John. There was some specific parts inside the drones that would qualify as that they could not put in any of the new drones.
Right. So somebody went and tore down, I think it was the Mini 1, and they found stuff in there from all sorts of chipsets, American-based. And, can you find replacement parts for them? Sure. I don't know how easy it is to find replacement parts for all that stuff. Now, the way... this isn't the first go-around that a company's been put on the entity list. Huawei, the phone company, was put on the entity list.
Right.
They were actually able to ride out their entity listing by stockpiling chips. They knew they were going to get banned. They knew that what they were doing was a problem, and they They saw it coming. They stockpiled chips to last them for like 3 years. So they ended up with a ton of chips on hand. But as far as like advancing your products for a company that's so progressive like DJI, I don't know how being locked out of America's intellectual property, so to speak, is going to affect them in the long run. I mean, obviously, like one of the components was memory, some kind of memory from a company, Memorex, I think's company here in America. I forget what it is. So you can swap that. You can find something else to replace that.
So
but
Neil is saying that the DJI employees in the U.S. were fired because of inflated price?
That's true too. I heard about that. Embezzlement of parts.
Mm-hmm. Well,
can you imagine bionic chips and DJI drones?
That would be interesting.
Yes,
of course. Why would Apple sell their intellectual property to them, a small Chinese company?
Yeah, because like John was saying, Apple could swallow DJI whole 50 times.
If
over.
Apple really wanted to partner with DJI, they would just buy them.
Yeah, Brandon Ariels was saying the Chinese reverse engineer just about anything.
Yeah.
You know, if that was true, then we would see a Mavic Pro for super cheap coming out of China, and I have yet to find that. So they can clone things. China can clone and steal things, but they can't do everything. They can't get everything.
The software in it has a lot to do with it.
But back to what you were saying, John, that I agree with everything you said, but they supposedly been working this Mavic 3 for 3 years now. So if they had to do everything from scratch, they definitely had the time to do it.
Yeah, so then that also goes against my argument. Like, if they were working on it 3 years down the road, then it's possible that they already have,
Right, maybe they probably started it before the entity list even came about. So even if Frank Wang came to them in early development, hey, listen, guys, we got to change this entity list. We can't use this American intellectual property. We're going to have to reverse engineer, clone it, and come up with our own patents and whatever. I mean, they've had time to do all that.
Yeah, there's just an awful lot that's working against them. The global chip shortage in general, and them being on the entity list. I don't know. It's going to be tough. It's going to be really, really tough. So we'll see what happens. But hey, they've got a lot of people working for them, and they know what's going on.
Now this, I don't doubt. This makes perfect sense. But I can get what John's saying is that things have progressed to the point of the actual software that goes into making the chip that was made over there work properly was created and run over here, and without having the workings of that software and what the bugs and bells and whistles need to be turned on and off, they're not going to be able to get the same functionality out of it.
Yeah, and reverse engineering is not a trivial, like reverse engineering OcuSync. No, as far as I know, nobody's been able to do it, to copy it, to put it in their drones to make it cheaper. So I mean, that's a perfect example.
But again, I agree with everything John's saying. But when the Mini 3 shows up or whatever, well, it has to follow all the same rules as the Mavic 3 does. Why do the super DJI drones still show up if they have to? They have to do everything you just said for the Mavic 3. They have to do the same thing. They have to make it with using no American intellectual property, but they do it. The Mini SE just showed up a couple months ago.
Yep.
What was it? You cut one of ours and you put one of theirs in the morgue, I think is what it was.
Yeah, something like that. Or whatever.
Yeah.
John Connery, who won the Academy Award for playing in the Untitled movie.
Yes, that was an awesome movie, man.
Yep.
It wasn't quite exactly how it happened, but it was cool for the movie.
We want the best movie, not necessarily the real story.
It's been a long time since I saw that.
It's a killer.
We rewatched it when Sean Connery died last year. We were trying to pick out the best Sean Connery movie to watch at work.
He died? I didn't know he died.
Yeah. He died just recently.
Recently. Wow.
He was well into his 90s.
What?
He was old, wasn't he? But I didn't know he died.
He got a good 90 plus years in, John.
Well, that was cool. We've definitely had an entertaining squirrel night.
Yeah, and the old farts are here, so Sean Connery definitely could have.
Well, yeah, Bob said he had to take the dog for a walk finally. So
okay.
he was like, I've been here. He's like, I got to go squirrel off.
It is almost 11 o'clock here on the East Coast, so I'm going to say my goodnights.
Yes, I think
everybody.
we've gone. This has been. It ended up. I thought it was going to be a short show, and it ended up being a mega long show.
Sorry. I probably threw a monkey wrench. It came in late.
No, that was the.
And I apologize for eating as well. I had McDonald's on the stream.
Stop
It was very
apologizing.
unprofessional. I do apologize.
Well, no, the way I explain this is like it's a bar that the band goes to and plays. And now, how many of them bars you don't go into that you can't get hot wings and a sandwich while you're sitting there and you eat while you're listening? And da, 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 da. So anyway,
was it Dollar Draft night tonight?
no, it was Dollar White Claw night.
It was. I had
It
the
was
white
Dollar
Claw.
White Claw night, and I didn't buy. I actually, I have discovered since my wife got a Keurig. I was drinking pumpkin spice with actual pumpkin spice creamer, and it was incredible.
We know it's fall, so you talk about pumpkin spice.
What K-cups have you got? What cups have you got?
Nutty caramel, vanilla chocolate mocha, blueberry mocha.
Oh boy,
He's all
and
hooked up.
you're like a
coconut
gourmet over there, John.
coconut.
Oh, yeah.
No, we've only had the Keurig for about 2.5 months, and you know how it goes when you first off you're experimenting, and then I realize I've only got 4 of the blueberries left, but I've realized that blueberries are an acquired taste. The vanilla chocolate mocha is, I'm not real fond of it, so
That
I've got
sounds
plenty of
good
those.
though.
But the coconut mocha and the nutty caramel are unreal.
I mean, you can't go wrong with coconut.
And but really and truthfully, the coconut spice with the pumpkin spice with the pumpkin spice creamer, little whipped cream on top, you swear it was Starbucks. You'd swear
I keep
you
it
got
really
from Starbucks.
simple with the Keurig. McDonald's K-cups, I shit you not, McDonald's K-cups, and Dunkin' Donut coffee creamer.
That blew my mind.
It's the best combo.
That blew my mind. when I
Yeah,
saw that.
more McDonald. Died too young, man.
That
Sorry,
blew-
guys. I handcraft my beverages from scratch.
Oh, we got a fancy
Yeah,
man over here.
Now I used to have, what was the other one? The Ninja. We still have a Ninja to where I could do all of it. And the thing that sucks is you know how long it takes for you to do a fully crafted coffee. Especially, so I was just like...
I guess I work 10, 15 minutes in the morning. I have a French press and...
Exactly, yeah.
wow.
So you're going full-blown Peter McKinnon on us, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
He's-
got
yeah.
nothing on me.
He's one of those guys
Except a couple million subs.
He's one of those guys, if you go to, like, the coffee subreddit on Reddit and you try to talk about your Keurig, he'll be in the comments and be like, oh, God, no, not a Keurig. You got to get a French press, and I'm going to show you how to do it the right way.
How you doing, Mike? You feeling better?
Black.
Trains in.
And then Mike,
I can't drink coffee
McDonald's coffee is Tim Hortons. I don't know who Tim Horton is.
Tim Horton is a Canadian, like convenience donut shop.
Yep. And when they revamped the
donut shop there is in Canada.
Yep, and when they revamped the McCafe, like about 5 years ago or so, because McDonald's coffee sucked, they bought the old recipe for
that
Tim
was-
Hortons, and there are actually people in Canada who like the older recipe better, so now they go to McDonald's and they get
Oh, that's
it.
cool.
Wow, that bit Tim Horton in the butt.
Did you see this? This was actually one of his jokes. Remember? He would do it in his comedy routine. He would say, "Oh yeah," and he said, "Oh wait, I'll dress for the other place."
Yeah.
I can remember him doing that. Yes, very cool. Glad to hear that.
Hey,
we
I just want to say one thing before I leave. I want to send thoughts and prayers out for our friend Greg Pittman.
We started the show
yes.
that way.
His mother's not doing well.
We started the show that way.
thank you.
We explained
Thank
that he had a situation that was going to probably resolve itself in the next few days, and we needed to keep him in our thoughts.
Absolutely.
Tim
All right,
Hortons is owned by
fellas.
Burger
Well,
King.
I want to say goodnight to everybody in the chat.
Yes.
Thanks for sticking around for the longest drone therapy of all time. I think we broke a YouTube record tonight, so thank you so much. And sorry about being late, guys, but I'll be setting my alarm clock for next week.
Very cool.
Good night.
I think that we may not have a subject for next week. Bye, Ron. we may not have a subject for next week. I kind of like we can because as we all know, there's not always a lot of drone news every week, but there's always tending to be a lot of tech news and stuff. So maybe we'll just do something like that. Anyway, thank you, John. Is there anything you want to say to anybody?
No, all good, guys. Really glad everyone came out. It was a great show. Bill, thanks for having. Thanks for having another awesome show, and I will see you guys later.
And I say the same thing. Thank you, folks, and be
Live
sure to
long
come
and
back and join us
prosper.
next week. Yes, live long and prosper. Peace.